All right, hello everyone to the League Analysis League Diamond Division final weekend here. We are in the process of collecting the players for the match here, and I will be joined for this cast with Seraphin. So welcome, Seraphin.
Hello, hello everybody. Happy to cast with you.
So we are just going to discuss a little bit about how the players did in their current process of getting to this quarterfinal. The first quarterfinal will be opposing. So let me just arrange that here. It will
It's
be
with
opposing a Destroy Your Enemy, and we are late.
yep,
Um, and so these two teams are, of course, of opposing group. We have We Are Late that comes from a group A, while Destroy Your Enemy that comes from group number group B. So Destroy Your Enemy were the second seed off of Group B, and they managed to win the second seed with the 4-1 scoreline. So only losing one match to the first seed of the of the group, MPS Board.
indeed. Yeah, that's pretty well played from them because actually this was a huge group, a very strong group, and yeah, that's really good from them, and maybe they can reach the semi-final. We will see that.
Yeah, and then on Group A, We Are Late that I finished with a scoreline of 3-2. One of the loss being a forfeit on the last week because they could not show up for their match, and so a 3-1 scoreline. But they did win against the first seed of their group, Schnezir. So this might be interesting to know the dynamic of the group, but also we have the information that we are are indeed late, and have a substitute for Bad Fox that could not show up here in the final weekend. But we are yet to hear news from them, so we are keeping track of that while we are explaining stuff. So we are sorry. It might be a win already just by forfeit in the quarterfinal. We are still waiting on the players' info.
Indeed.
So knowing that this match can happen, what do you think we can expect here from this matchup of We Are Late against Destroy Your Enemy?
Well, actually, I have already played with and against enemy. He is a really good player, and sometimes he can play also with Bonnie, for example, and and I'm pretty confident to say that he deserves to be in the top 40. So he is a good player, definitely. Yojimbo, I also played sometimes with him, and he's not that bad, to be honest. And I mean, he deserves also to be in maybe in top 50 or something like this. So definitely, I think Destroy Your Enemy has a real advantage for this matchup.
Yeah, I tend to agree with you. We did see Zosil fall back to his lock in Harpy a lot in the group stage here, and it's not that it's bad. It's just that in a best of three, having no flexibility like this can hurt you in the long run.
Yeah, indeed. So we will see. We will see.
So we still do not have any news. They still have some time. Let's ask Yojimbo and Enemy to. Okay, they have created the lobby. So let's see if there is anybody here. I only see Yojimbo and Enemy.
Yeah,
We have no news of the other. So I suggest we leave them 5 minutes to answer, and after 5 minutes, we can say that they were a bit late and they give up one game, and then after that, we wait another 5 minutes, and it will be a 2-0 for Enemy and Yokshimbo. How do you like this procedure?
Yeah, I think this is the best option because we cannot have too much late. So definitely this is the best option. And also this is important to keep in mind that we would like to have a tournament which is not a pro tournament but something a bit serious. So yeah, that's definitely a good option to declare a forfeit after 5 minutes late.
All right, so I'll let you explain how it is. So one win per 5 minutes that are late, starting from now, because we were supposed to start here.
Yeah.
So in 5 minutes, if there is no showing, we have a 1-0 for a destroyer enemy, and in 5 more minutes, we'll have the 2-0.
That's
So
okay for me.
uh, meanwhile, while we wait, let's discuss on the second semifinal the second quarterfinal that we will see later on. It will be Grape Girls against League Fiesta. So that is quite an interesting matchup. I must say that Grape Girls do have a lot more potential that they've shown on the group stage. And the reasoning behind that is that they always played very early in the day to accommodate the uh, European teams.
Yes, I agree. And Shia was actually one player who was in top 20 for a moment, like
Yeah,
3 or 4 weeks, something like this. So definitely he has real talent to win this game. Piero Penguin is also a long time player because he was, if I remember well, he was in the top 100 for last 2 seasons or something like this. So definitely they have a real advantage for this. However, about League Fiesta, we have two players, Jusk and Froy. And Jusk recently gained a lot the ladder, so I would not be surprised by a good play from him just now to see what Fro can do with his teammate.
sorry, I'm explaining the situation to you, Jimbo and enemy. You can keep talking. Sorry, I'm
Oh, okay, no
half hearing.
problem. So yeah, because Froy, I know that Jusk and Froy are playing in duo for a long time. I think it's like 2 seasons or something like this. So they used to play together, and actually in tournament that can do a real difference because when you know exactly how your teammate play, you can adapt your play to him. Also, you can definitely you have a better communication that gives you the possibility to do the right call in the right moment, contrary to Piero Penguin and Shea, for example, who don't play together a lot.
Yeah.
So that definitely could be interesting to see how the communication and the team play can beat some players who should be really better.
Yeah, even though they don't play together often, Pyro and Shay, they do play against each other quite often because they aren't within the same
Mm.
time zone. So in the latter, they do face each other quite often. So knowing your enemy can also help you quite a lot in terms of communication. Knowing what your ally is going to do because you've sent to him a lot and you know the tendencies.
Yes, indeed,
So
indeed, indeed.
it's always two sides. Uh, like yes, playing a lot with someone can help, but you don't necessarily know what are the tendencies and how you can exploit them. Because when you are against your ally, often you can protect him more easily in that sense.
Yes, indeed. And for example, we can talk about my geomate SSP. We play a lot together, and finally, at the moment and since 1 season, we have a real difficulty to perform during tournaments. So even if you know how your teammate plays, and even if you used to play with him, it doesn't necessarily mean that you can perform in the tournament. So
Yeah,
yeah, that could be really interesting.
It's all about the synergy, right? If your play style just does not match, it's very hard, of course. Like, I mean, I'm someone who enables the players to be, for example, like I starve, I try to control the push of my opponent, and if my teammate is not able to greet those workers while I do that, well, it's not going to work. It's like,
Yeah, that's exactly that. And but the solution with this, for example, about your play style, is that you can say, okay, I'm starving my opponent, so now you need to push, and when you receive, you need to push very hard in order to snowball, and you will have to carry the mid game and late game because at the moment, I'm playing for you.
yeah.
And that exactly, and that's actually something really important to know, because this team play can be really useful and really strong, but it needs really a good communication because
Yeah.
without this, it's a it's a loss definitely.
So we are past 5 minutes right now.
Yeah, so
So
this is 1-0.
it was going to be 1-0. So I'm explaining to the players that it's first win goes to. So I'm adjusting the overlay. I'm quite sorry for chat also. We didn't want that to be like this, but I mean, at one point we need to make a decision and do what is the fairest thing to allow a smooth transition during the day here.
Yeah, and just for the chat, actually, if the opponent doesn't show up, don't show up, we will do a show match against enemy and Yojimbo. So no worries, there will be a game anyway.
Yeah, and they were aware that the final was this weekend. They did. We did do a post on the tournament announcement in the middle of the week, so they knew the time and the teams that were facing at given time. So if they do not show up, it's not because of lack of information. Uh, we don't know the reason. We don't want anybody to stipulate on anything or to criticize the player. Might have been a uncontrollable event, and we don't want anybody uh, to feel the need to. Well, yeah, you get what I mean. We don't want people to yell out at them. That's pretty much it.
Yes, yes. Actually, it's not. It's not something really hard. However, as we are moderator and organizer, sorry, of the tournament, we cannot tolerate lates, and that's why they will be disqualified. Uh, so yes, that's not something that we appreciate a lot because, of course, it's a bit boring for the tournament. But we also understand that people have their life, they can have some emergency, and also they are not professional players. So okay, that's not really hard, and we can accept that, of course. So no drama.
Yeah, no drama. We don't want drama. That's the thing. So we are waiting 2 minutes.
Yeah, but to be honest, I'm not, I don't think they will show up,
No, I'm not
unfortunately.
optimistic, but we need to stick to that.
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it might be a best of three in the end. We don't know if we're going to do a best of three show match, depending on if the players on the next quarterfinals are ready. Normally it's 1 hour. They need to be ready after this quarterfinal, and in case it finishes early.
Yeah.
So if we can get them in 1 hour, we'll be very fine. To be honest. So yet
Yeah.
again, quite sorry for what's happening, guys. Um, it is outside of our control, and we are doing the best to fill out the time for you guys to have you informed. And while we wait for the last 2 minutes here, just to respect everything, what do you think about the team Schnezir here on the semi-final that will be casted today?
Okay. So Schneid and Weisir are great player actually because they played a lot together. And I remember that Weisir surprised me in another tournament. I don't remember which one, but actually I'm not sure that his elo represents very well his talents on Legion TD2. And Schneid is an interesting player because um, he really often play for his teammates, and and this can be really useful actually when you know what to do
Yeah.
with this kind of player.
Schnerd will not be participating here. He has a replacement. His name is Arikawa. I don't know about the player, but he's going to be the replacement of Schnerd. So we'll see how it deals. They were the first seeded. Let's see if Vazir can deal with that. I don't know the skill level of Arikawa either, so we're going to
Yeah,
see that.
I don't remember. I don't know him also, so I cannot say a lot of things about this. But this could mean that the winner of the quarterfinal between Grab Girls and League Fiesta could have, no, sorry, Destroy Your Enemy could have a real advantage for this match because Schneid is, of course, a really good player. He's in the top 40, if I remember well. So yeah, definitely this could be a real advantage for Destroy Your Enemy.
And the last 5 minutes are done, and so we have a 2-0 for Destroy Your Enemy against We Are Late. They were indeed very late here, and I'm quite sorry for the audience, but that is that. We need to proceed and be fair to the opponent who were there on time. So we are going to go for a show match here while we wait between the casters and destroy your enemy so that the the viewers can have a view of what's going on. So sorry guys, we will start once the player are ready. Um, so are you ready, Sarah, Seraphin?
Yes. Oh, sorry. Yes, yes, I'm ready. Let's do this.
All right, so
Let's do the show.
show match here. The scoreboard will remain as the result of this quarterfinal, so that viewers that come in uh, will understand what's going on here. And if there's any questions, please, people in chat that are here, please inform the newcomers to so that they understand what is the situation. We will try to make it obvious. Uh, Maybe I can add the forfeit next to their name.
Yes, I think that will be perfect.
All right, so this should be no, that's not okay. Okay, don't worry, I'll have time to arrange all this stuff. There we go. Now everybody has the info. All right. Oh yeah, and I have UI scaling now. Okay, it's fine. I'll play like this.
All
uh,
planned.
Everything is fine. Okay. I don't dislike the role. I'm quite weak on six though.
On 6, I'm pretty strong with the Berserker,
Uh,
with the Sea Serpent, and Gateward, so I'm
okay.
pretty good on this
I
lane.
can maybe get the Millennium on six though. That might be good.
Oh yeah, indeed. Yeah, I think you have a great role for the early game.
Yeah, I'm going
Yeah.
flower first.
Come on!
Yeah.
I hate this start. I hate it.
Yeah, I understand. Uh, it's not the best, but when you can go for something that protects you on wave six and you're careful with your push, I do think it's quite powerful.
Well, actually, this start is really strong, I think, when you are playing in duo. However, when you play against a duo, that could be really hard because the opponent can communicate a lot in order to starve you and also to starve your teammate, and then you cannot push and you cannot use correctly your role.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly what we did. Like I said, I was weak on six, and you had something for six, so it was pretty good. But now we're against two Tempest.
Yeah, so I would suggest to go straight 4 because Tempest is not really good on wave 4.
I think I can afford it. Yeah, can afford it easily. It protects my wave five a little bit too.
Yes, indeed. Because if they are starved, they cannot push too hard, and if they push too hard, they need to send on wave 4. So, yeah, definitely. Not good.
Oh, we have Shade that is already on, so we can probably already ping the players to see if after this game we can proceed to the
Oh,
next match.
good. Okay, that's perfect.
So just to check up in that, and if we do have both team ready, we will proceed after this game.
Yeah, that's perfect. You tell them, or you want me to
I'll
tell
just
them?
need to build next wave, and we can
Okay,
because I just need my false maiden, and I'll be able to hold the DT here, no problem. So
okay, okay, okay. So enemy started Tempest when he has Bone Warrior. Okay, that's the concept.
that's interesting. Didn't see that start to be honest. All right, so
Yes.
this is
Uh,
fine.
yeah. I'm a bit surprised about this start because Double Fire Archie on wave 1 is really strong actually. It gives you the possibility to push pretty hard. So yeah, that's interesting start. Ah, perfect. Thanks.
Here you go. So I've written up in Discord, or I'm getting saved on. That's fine. They're kind of
Yeah,
forced to send though.
actually,
Right.
should I try to go 7 Walker?
Yeah,
Ah,
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I can go 7 Walker since he's on 4 Walker. Okay, let's go.
I think I do my Grawl already, like just to protect the Maiden, and then I
Yeah,
can already prepare for my Millennium.
yeah. I will just send a Dragon Turtle here, and I'm confident to say that I can try to resend on next wave,
Yeah, yeah,
like
that's a
this.
good idea. I mean, he's gonna be punished here if he doesn't send me. Yeah, he needed to send. Like,
Okay, so we have 3 Tempest here, 2 Tempest here, and 1 Nikomata. So like this, you can go on wave 6.
yeah,
And I think I can try to resend because Tempest is not really strong on wave 5.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I think with you resend more often than not, for the next two waves,
Yeah.
and I could just go six. Like, I don't care doing the long saves. I think you know it.
Yes, I know that you don't care about sending. Who said that? That's useless.
Who needs money?
Yes. Okay, so I'm pretty confident to say that red will leak on next wave.
Alright, so, oh, okay, if he leaks here, that's massive for us because I get my Millennium next wave.
Yeah. Okay, I should not. Oh, he built another Tempest. So I'm not sure that he can leak here.
I mean, the Brute is good damage against them. I think you get him.
Mm,
Probably
no,
not.
because yeah, damage are too important. But do I have a leak from me?
Uh,
Oh yeah, maybe a pro leak from me.
nah, that's looks like a hold. That's a
Oh,
hold.
so that's a pro leak from Yojimbo.
That's good because now he's forced to send on me, probably a Hermit, then that's just useless against a
Oh
Millennium.
Yeah, and like this I can resend because I pushed pretty hard.
Yeah, exactly. And I get another cannoneer in income.
Oh, perfect. That's great. Really, that's great.
So Millennium. Do I place you here? Yeah, I guess I place it here.
Let's see how it goes. Okay,
I
you
go
should.
full. Yeah.
Yeah, you go full, yes.
There you go, the hermit prediction.
Yeah, that was a bit obvious. But you should hold this with the Millennium.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm
And
good next wave also.
okay, we have a Wishroom here. So probably that I can try to go on wave 9 now.
Yeah, I think we go 9 together, honestly.
Yes, yes, definitely. And that's
Yeah,
I'm not
that's a leak
there.
on mine
Yes.
too.
No, it's
Uh,
not. It's
that's not
already.
a leak, but the cannoneer will make quick work of it, so it's king damage.
Yeah, yeah, that's definitely king damage.
Uh, okay, I'm pushing quite hard here. Am I pushing too hard? No, I don't think so.
Mm,
If we go
yes,
if we go 7, if we go 9, I'm still fine at 10 workers.
yes, because if they even if they send on wave 8, actually they kill themselves with that.
Yeah, exactly. And also, we want to force 9 to protect my wave 10. I know you're strong on 10, but I got only Millennium, so.
Yeah, I know I'm strong everywhere.
But they might go 11 with Lizard Army, to be aware of that. Oh, a little feed on.
Go 11 now? I'm not sure they can go 11 now. I
Mm,
mean,
I don't
if
think he can on me. I think he will be forced to 9, but 11 is still strong on me. I need.
yes, I agree with you, but if they do that, actually they lost before.
Yeah, that's true.
So
Yeah.
that's not a good idea, I think.
I mean, I'll make the call anyhow, but maybe I'll lose earlier. But that's probably their best call to go for that.
Oh yes, I have a pro league here. I like this.
Yeah, and that puts more pressure on them, so that's perfect.
Yeah. So just to explain to people, when your opponent send against you, even if you leak like 30% or 40%, that can be really interesting because actually, because you didn't send, you can pressure more them and have the possibility
Uh,
to make them leak
ta-
harder next waves.
Talking about pressure, are you looking good here?
I'm good. I have a deep
Okay.
color. I have sea serpent. I have a little cat,
Let's just say
and
that
that.
Yojimbo did push a little bit, I think.
Oh no, no, no worries. That's the moment that I say no worries. I cover, and finally I leak more than you.
Oh,
That's this kind of moment.
wait, why would... Oh, Hermit to 2 shots on the quarter, but you got a Serpent, so that's good.
Okay. So how much I leak? Do I leak a lot or not a lot? Oh yes, I leak a lot. That's perfect.
You don't leak at all, no?
No, I don't leak a lot.
And I'm not leaking.
Actually, I don't even leak.
I don't leak either. Let's go, let's go.
Yep. Take your time.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
This is the weekend. No rush.
So I want the Growl because I want to protect myself on 10, right? Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not even sure that they got 10.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but
Actually,
Doomsday is quite good on 11 as well. So
I'm pretty confident to say that they will probably go on 11 because I'm really not great on 11.
yeah, I
We are
think they
not
go
great at.
income here into 11. So maybe I
Yeah,
prepare board, but I league 10. So I much prefer do the Doomsday to give them less time.
well, yes, you can do that actually. I will do a Fire Lord to prepare the wave 11.
Yeah, that's good.
Oh,
And
hmm.
ooh,
Actually,
you can resend. I need to.
uh,
Well, I can resend as well, Amol. I can. I think.
yes, yes, that's exactly what I thought. I think we can both resend here and maybe win the game.
Yeah. That's a leak on your enemy, and your Jimbo is leaking as well. Good.
And that's pretty huge leak actually. That could be the game actually
Yeah.
because we have an ogre, we have a safety mole, we have a brute, and we have a hermit. I'm pretty confident to say that's the game.
Yeah. We are in control of the game for sure with an AoE roll. But that's what I mean. Like AoE rolls, like you just need to be patient. Like you need to get past the wave 6, and once you have the answer, then
Yeah.
yeah, you're in a big spot, honestly, in terms of push.
Ah, I love this kind of game.
Well, it was just controlled, right? And now people know what communication do in a tournament game. Like, yeah, we were constantly talking about, well, okay, we can go there, or I'm weak there. Are you good here, or things like that.
Yes, yes, and actually this is a huge difference because I could just say, okay, that's my game. I just send. I will try to push walkers, etc. But we would have not won on wave 9 if
Yeah,
we do
exactly.
this. Okay, so let's see if Shea and his teammate are available.
Looks like they are playing right now.
Oh,
Uh,
I will try to contact them.
looks like there was a little miscommunication. Let's see.
Okay, so this is Shea and who I need to try. Okay.
I think they are playing against Rulai. No, they are not. I whispered Shay so that I have some info. Okay, they are in sandbox, so they can leave. Okay. Uh,
Okay, and now the question is, do we have Froy and Jusk?
uh, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
let's
wait,
go.
I pinged the wrong guy. That's why.
Come on!
uh, I don't think we have them then. Oh,
we have the best casters
it's
of
not.
the LIHL.
God damn it. Ah. Okay, so let me check. Uh,
I contacted them on Discord. Let's see if we have an answer.
okay, I'm gonna go check on Emmy and Yojimbo. Okay, they are not creating the match. Uh, I was like, yeah, we're playing with Yojimbo, so he's probably the one who contact, right? Yeah, no, no, that's not how it works. Okay, so yeah, sorry about that, guys.
Mm, mm, mm. I don't have Oh, okay. I have an answer from Froy, but I don't have an answer from Shea.
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna tell him to leave sandbox. All right, so I said we are ready to start their set. Let me adjust the overlay. So the first quarterfinal was cancelled. So the first quarterfinal was cancelled because We are late. Did arrive too late, and so they forfeited the match 2-0 here, to allow a better transmission of the day for the viewers here. And now we will have the Grape Girls.
Uh, okay, I have an answer from Froy. He is not available to play before seven, before 1 hour. So at the
Okay.
normal time, at the time planned. So I would suggest for this moment to duo or something like this.
Okay, yeah, sorry about that. Okay, I guess. So 1 hour to kill. Is that it? Wait, that's not correct. Sorry about that. Okay, let me just contact Shay again. Uh, Fuck.
Okay, so let's play together then.
Oh wait, yeah,
Like this, we will be able to show people how to lose in LIHL. That's pretty easy actually.
yeah, it's pretty easy. So 1 hour to kill. Sorry guys, we did not expect that. Yeah. And looks like that the hour later was a convenience for the quarterfinal that is to come for everybody, even though only Shay contacted me for. But
Yeah.
so where are you, Sarah?
Oh, yeah. Let's. Uh,
I
oh,
invited you.
perfect. Okay.
All right, so okay, so we're going to do the duo.
Okay. So the problem is that it could take some time to proc a game because actually I think you are top 11 or something like this. Top 10 now. I am top 22.
I mean, it might take
So
some time, but at least um, we can. Well, 1 hour. How do we kill 1 hour now?
we need to talk about 1 hour.
Um.
I,
So.
I, w- I will just take a short break. No worries. I will be back
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
when the game is up. I will just take like 3 4 minutes, something like this.
Yeah. So right now we are in. Yeah. It is. Yeah. That's what happens when someone drops from the tournament. It's like we're not quite sure of what's going on, and everything is just going south very fast for everybody. And we're stuck at entertaining the people while we go for the next match. We tried to have it a little bit earlier, but it wasn't. It just wasn't meant to be. Uh, and yeah, so people had some issues with the time. Uh, we try to adjust the time so that every players are okay with it. The fact that we are late was not there did make it a little bit uh, will be a little bit it did make it a little bit harder and does make this 1 hour late cast to be. Um, so quite sorry. We'll do one game and then we'll take possibly a break and we'll come back once the match will commence. So it will commence at 19:30. 19:30 is exactly 1 hour from now. And so this match will approximately take 1 hour, uh, 30 minutes, sorry, not 1 hour, and then we'll have a 30 minutes break after that. So we are sorry for the inconvenience, but we will have the remainder of the day going normally for sure, because we have confirmation that all the teams are here after that. So just a reminder, the players add all the information in the middle of the week. of the past week. Sorry, and so they knew the time zones, and yeah, every players contacted us with the restriction. Shea was one of them. That's why we moved the quarterfinal that he had in the time zone that was fine with him. And it looks like their opponent was fine with it also, and did make it easier for them. And yeah, so that's pretty much the situation. So right now, to entertain you guys, while we wait for the next match, we will go for a ranked match with Seraphin. We did have prior to that a 30-minute show match against uh, Destroy Your Enemy, so that we can pass some time. And yeah, now Destroy Your Enemy will be matching against Schnazir in the semifinal that will be casted a little bit later after the second quarterfinal. That is scheduled. And yeah, so now we see Vitterson in queue. The 5 minute has expired, and so now he knows that he needs to queue.
And I'm here.
There you go. What a timing. And I talked 5 minutes nonstop.
Yo,
Oh,
you're a ch-
oh boy.
you're a champion.
Well, yeah, but that's not an easy match.
Oh yeah. But no worries, I know what it is because I work at home since more than 1 hour, 1 year, sorry. So yeah, I took some fun alone with my world. That's pretty cool.
I don't have a good role.
Uh,
I mean, I've got
uh,
sovereign, but I don't like sovereign with what I have in the store here.
I have something.
You have
That's
something.
cool. Yes, I am.
That's interesting.
That's a way to say that I'm not sure about my world. No, actually, this is a pretty good roll. I'm super strong on wave 10. I could
Mhm.
be strong on wave 12, 13 also with Avenger. And
I think we have
14,
similar roles, to be honest. Okay,
yeah,
wave
but
nine is an issue unless I go flower, but I don't have anything for to support the flower.
yeah, wave 9 could be a problem, and also wave 15. 15 could be a real problem also.
Okay, no, I think I do it like that.
But we have something called reroll, so that that could be okay.
Who needs reroll?
Okay, let's see. Okay, we have a weird room here and a ground.
Oof,
So
okay.
we'll go with
Better with the 5 worker start here. Mm. But that's not an egg. Like that's for sure not an egg.
how you know this?
Because he started washroom.
And
You don't want to take the risk that you leak wave one if it's a if it's
oh,
an egg.
okay, I see that. Okay, so let's go for
Unless they're
another snake.
suicidal. I mean, if they are suicidal, then maybe it's an egg, but there's 90% chance it's not an egg.
So I will follow your call and I will send a snake because if he doesn't build, it will be a leak. And let's see. And it's an egg!
Damn it!
Come on, dude! I told you! I told you. Oh, come on.
I told you it's a 90% chance. I told you it's a 90% chance.
It seems that I'm playing actually with SSP. This is exactly what happens with him.
No, no, but you need to realize that with the washroom on wave 1, if he leaks, the egg is probably dead on wave 3. So it makes
Or
little
even
sense.
even on wave 2 actually.
Yeah, exactly.
But then it's a full egg. Yeah, that's good.
And why did I did not push for whatever reason, sorry.
Dude, you're top. 10 and you don't push when you see an egg.
I mean, I was busy
Uh-huh.
explaining my 90% chance, right?
I would prefer that you carry me if possible. Okay, so we have two aquas now. I can try to go straight. No, I can't. Yes, yeah. Maybe I can try to go straight six.
Straight 6, yeah, I guess. I mean, 5 is not out of the question for you either. And I think I go 5, honestly.
Well, the problem is if I go five, I can pressure you more, and I would prefer that you can try to snowball in order to make with a sun leak. But the problem is that you won't be able to make with a sun leak with that start.
With that
Mm.
start on 5? Well, only if you shift for the
I
orchid here. I can't.
Yeah, but I'm pretty confident to say that he will shift for an orchid.
Yeah, he did shift. Wow, okay.
Yeah, I know him. I'm in his head.
It's okay, and he has canopy for 6 and 7, so. I mean, we just focus on killing the Hydra, I guess.
Yeah. Um, Probably that you can try to go on seven walker.
Yep, I'm just getting what I need here. I'll just control the push of Widdowson. Like, he has the Orchid, he's probably over pushing on 6, but he needs to have the
Yeah.
canopy on 7, so I'll just send again a little 40, probably, and go 8.
Yeah, that's why I didn't push seven worker because since I'm starving X God,
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident to say that I have to play safe. Yeah, and I received send here, so oh shit,
Yeah,
shit,
that's.
shit, shit! Come on, come on!
It's not that
Seriously.
bad of a leak you have.
Okay, so I will still try to go on seven walkers now. Uh,
Oh, he
that's
went for the
okay.
canopy. Interesting.
Actually, if it's a pro league, that could be interesting because like this I could have the Drake
Hmm. Drake here?
against X God. Yes, this is pretty strong.
Yeah, okay. You can try this, yes. And I'll just go small here to get a
Come on,
threshold.
you clear too fast. You clear too fast. I go seven then.
Okay. Uh, then we'll see a little bit what I do here against Citizen. Not sure that 7 is quite good against him. We'll see what he does. I mean, the consorts are dead value on 7 and 8, so I just need to focus on those two units.
We'll be in trouble. Oh my god, I'm already super behind.
We went Disciple.
Yeah. Oh come on, we have double tempest here. So it means that actually he is on seven workers, not more.
Yeah, can you go more Hermit, I guess?
Uh,
I'm
I
leaking here. I'm leaking here.
I'm not sure that I will have time to go for the hermit, but if I can, that's actually super strong. Uh, can I go? Yes, I will go 8 walkers. I need to clear not too fast. Come on. No. Okay, I will have time. I will have time to get
Alright,
the hermit.
that's massive. Okay, I need that. I need the other Wanderer. Need the split, so it should be here.
Okay, I do the APS here. Like this, I should be fine. And I will be able to get the hermit.
Alright, let's hope
Yeah,
that the brutes get that doesn't get sniped.
of course it will be sniped. I mean, you're playing with me. If you know that you won't be lucky
Ah, it's not getting sniped.
for this moment. Ah, yeah, it's not sniped. Wow, wow, I'm surprised.
I am surprised as well. Now they go
Actually,
9. They go 9 on us now.
yeah, actually, he didn't read at all. That's amazing. Oh, come on. I have a leak.
Yeah, it's getting damage.
Yeah, that's still a leak from them. A leak from me, but at least we have some king damage. And
I
mm-mm-mm.
think. Yeah, I think we matched them on 9.
Yes, yeah, because actually, if we send on 8 and if it's a little leak, we just die on wave 9.
Alright, so let's just focus on building stuff for next wave.
The problem is I have really nothing for next wave.
Yeah, reroll. You got gate. Gate is fine.
Yep. Yes, with APS that could be really strong actually.
Yeah.
Uh, okay, I will.
I mean, you got a good front line, so with gate, you should have the damage.
Okay.
Okay, that's good for us that they went for king ups here.
Yes, but the question now is, should we go now or try
Yes.
11? Because with
Mm.
PTA, we could go on 11 actually.
And go for an ending push. And the problem is Tempest. Can you beat Tempest on 11?
Yes, of course, it doesn't deal a lot of damage.
Okay. Then if you're comfortable with it, I'm comfortable with it.
Yes, I think we should try this.
Let's do it then.
The
Just be aware
question,
they might still be able to go here.
yeah, that's the problem. That
I'm fine here. I'm fine. I've got the Antler. I've got the Wanderers. And I received
uh,
80. I did not push. I'm 35 under. So it's fine.
the problem is if I receive like 100 or more, I'm confident to say that that will be a
But a
big leak.
leak here is fine for us.
It depends if it's 50% or something. Whoa, shit!
Well, yeah, you
Okay,
received 40 only last wave, so it matched the push.
actually, I dig super hard then. Like super, super hard.
It's okay. I cover you.
Oh, I really didn't expect that.
I mean, you're
That's
killing
really
the
too
brute.
much.
Kill the brute. Kill the brute.
Kill the brute!
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, that's 70%. That could be really harder.
Yeah, it could be harder, but I do think. Oh, he has board. Yeah, it's definitely 11.
But yeah, 11 is still good because War is just a tank. It's not a damage. So
Yeah.
even if he has a lot of tank, that's cool. But if
I
he cannot
think
take the
it's.
wave,
I think it's siege ram on you.
if I could send a siege run, that's
I
definitely
think it's
huge
worth it to
leak.
go after income for that.
If I do that, I kill myself. However,
Wait, you cannot hold if you do that? That's what you said?
yes, I'm definitely super hard
Yeah, yeah,
behind.
we are both in a pickle here. They both push super hard.
Yes.
But we
But
should be
maybe
fine here.
actually I could set a center if I don't have time for the seed run.
Yeah. Oh, you'll have time, I think.
I will leak. I will leak, so we should have time.
Let's hope I hold. I
Oh,
should be holding.
wait. I'm holding? Really?
Yeah?
Nah.
Yeah, yeah,
Nah.
yeah. Yeah,
Nah.
yeah.
Nah. Yeah. I'm holding.
I'm leaking a little
Wow.
bit. That's huge. That gives you time.
I'm super strong, actually. Oh my god. Okay. More seriously, I think about an ogre plus safety mole or hermit.
No, no,
Yeah.
no, no, no. Okay. Ogre is not a tank, so it's quite weak.
And like this, I could send also safety mole. So safety mole plus hermit plus ogre could be really strong against X god.
Okay, I'll believe you in that. Not confident though.
I
uh,
didn't say that I was confident about that.
we're two of us then.
Let's see. But the point is, if it's a huge lead from them, there will be that will be really hard for them.
Yeah, there's no defensive spells. A Titan on a consort. What?
Okay, so we have this.
This is a leak on Vidicin.
That won't be a leak from X-God. He didn't push a lot. Yeah, he really didn't push a lot.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest. Ogre probably never to play on 11.
Well, the point is that he has a board, so I thought it could be really interesting, but yeah.
Interesting is the right word, I think. Yep.
Yeah, I think it was not the best likely to do. Sorry about that.
It's okay. It's like you're like, oh yeah, centaur, thing like that. Oh, ogre, hermit. I'm like, what?
What the fuck? Okay,
Alright,
so
I'm gonna take a risk. I'm gonna hide my Holy Avenger. So I'm under, but I should be able to hold to Nosen.
okay,
And we're
we'll
sending
start.
next. We're sending next.
Yes, yes, definitely. We'll do that. But I'm confident to say that we have lost the game, to be honest.
Well, there's still a way in. It's just 18 is the play, but it's quite far, so we just need to reach that.
Well,
So
yeah.
let's just control. Stay calm.
So you want to send now?
Yep, now is the play.
Okay. Let's do. I think we can do an income send because I'm pretty confident.
I can break Vidder. You can go for an income send if you want.
Okay.
There you go. The hold to no send.
What?
Well, the leak to no
Damn.
send. Yeah. I told you I could leak him.
Mm, mm, mm.
But that's good
Okay.
for
So
us.
well, maybe it's not because if it means that he pushed really hard, we could have
Wait, what am I
done.
doing? Just sell a Peewee here and just put it there. There you go. Much better.
Yeah. Yeah. That should be.
Because I'm gonna receive a siege run probably, so you can do king ups if you want. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
No, no, that's better to send some gold for him. Oh,
Income. Wow. Did not expect the only income here.
yeah, but the difference is huge.
Yep.
Okay.
They might go 15. Do you have an answer for 15?
Uh, I have just Gates and Sand Badger.
Okay, we're gonna match them on 15, and we're gonna long save to 18. So probably no push or close to no push.
But the point is that it's a leak from Wilson, so we can get some gold. Okay.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. I will. I won't push more because I'm pretty confident to say that Widersen pushed a lot.
Yeah, the
So
goal
it should be.
is to reach 18. The goal is that we'll have you probably full push, or maybe it's me that will full push against Vitter.
Yeah. Okay, I will keep some gold in order to up both the badger.
Mm. All right, I'm shifting gold here. I'm quite strong. I got a harpies and a good sovereign, so
Yeah, you should be fine.
we only go income here, and we save the
Yeah.
rest. So I'll just turn on auto send for this round.
I prefer to click myself.
Yeah, because my goal is not to leak him. Like I know I'm not leaking him, so and it's just because auto send is on the server side. So this means that if I'm like at 119 gold, he's gonna send the Drake if it's all right. And Virsen is just pushing a lot, eh?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. I think you can actually full send.
No, it's too late. No. I think the better place to go for income here.
And we keep the rest then?
Yes.
Yay. Cross your fingers.
And then we don't push. We wait for the 17th cent that will probably come from them, and we'll just full push according to what happens.
Yeah. Oh. Okay, 400. Okay. Okay. So Widerson is probably on 20 walkers or something like this.
Okay, so I'm not far behind. Yeah, I'm leaking the boss. You're close to holding, so it's not terrible.
Yeah. Oh, come on.
No, no, it's okay. It's okay. You're going to full push on
Now?
17. No, on
Oh,
17.
on 17, yeah. Yeah, and this game will be really hard.
Yeah, it's understandable. So I'll be the one who needs to fold.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Ugh. That's a tough game.
They happen, right? I mean, we entered the game and we knew it was gonna be hard against those teams.
Yeah, but the problem is actually about this send on wave 2 because I couldn't pressure him, and after this
Ah,
I
damn it.
push.
What did I do? Ah, I forgot to turn off auto send. Good job.
Oh. Come on, dude, come on. Why this
Uh,
game is so lost?
I mean, that's why I normally play better when I don't talk, right? Because I'm focused on what I'm doing more than planning ahead.
Ah, never mind.
Sorry.
Okay.
It's because I needed the gold, you know?
That troll, seriously. I'm really. You should play with SSP. I'm pretty confident to say that you will perform so well.
I said I was sorry. Come on. Mm.
Okay, we are dead.
Just, just full push.
I full push. You're sure about that?
Yes.
Okay. 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 Uh,
Let's see
if we can have some kingdom edge just for the fun.
if this is enough.
You know it's not.
Yeah, I know.
What can I send? I will send an ogre because the ogre is life. Yes, I'm trolling. Yes, I know. Okay.
Yep. Yeah, the
Okay.
sovereigns are not enough. Even with mana region.
Well, I don't even make click.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I don't know if we can say if we can have another game.
No, we're gonna take a break here.
Yeah, I think we can take a break of 30 minutes or so, 20 minutes, something like this.
Yeah. Yeah, they were just always over pushing more than us. No, it was FN and workers just. There isn't pushing to no sand either.
Well, actually, we didn't try on either, so of course we lose like this. We played for the fun.
He pushed with 13 workers. A recent would have killed him on 8. That's the problem.
On wave 8. What?
Okay,
Wave
420 sand on you. Let's see that. Let's see my sand. Let's see body.
Yeah, but look at the difference. I mean, Widerson is 13 walkers,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
he.
I know. It's just they know that I don't know how to push workers, so.
But yeah, my sen was definitely the good one.
How much percentage leak was it? Zero, eh?
Yeah,
Uh,
0. The
well,
double.
damn it. I'm just gonna say that then. So I need to beat zero, right? With 420. And I already proposed the after income send too. So. That was a full stack Hydra, so it's fine. So let's just see by curiosity the siege ram with a cannoneer.
Yeah, but the problem is that if I send a siege ram, it means that I don't have any income.
Well, that's why if you say you do siege ram after income, you look at the amount of lithium you have, and then you can still send because you know you're gonna take an aggressive spell afterwards, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Uh,
Actually, that could be interesting to see if it leaks a lot against the siege ram, because if it's a leak like 70% or something like this, it could have give us the win even if I didn't have a lot of income.
yeah. Right now, it's not looking like the biggest of leak, to be honest, but it's still a leak. It's half the wave approximately.
So only 50%?
Yeah, a bit less than 50%.
Yeah, so it was not
It's
interesting.
53%.
50, yeah, that's not enough.
I mean,
That's not
it's
enough.
not enough, but it's still king damage. Maybe the cannoneer can be changed though too, so that's the thing.
Well, actually, if you look at the role of X God on wave 6, it was a good call to send on wave 11 because he didn't have any magic damage and he didn't have bore, so it should have been the good call. And the only trouble was about that he reroll actually Lord of Death and boards on wave 7.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Oh well. I mean, it happens, right?
Yeah, that happens exactly.
Well, we didn't lose much. I think we lost 15 of that because we were duo.
Well, I'm
14.
pretty
Yeah.
confident.
They were
No,
both
actually,
higher. I mean, they were both higher, so I don't really mind, to be honest.
we lose because I saved myself. To be honest, I just sent on wave 1, 2, 7, 11. So of course I'm super behind after that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's quite risky to go Welsh from start when your other guy wants to go for something like an egg, honestly.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's why also I send a lot of snail on wave 1 because there are a lot of people that grid a lot on wave 1, and you have a lot of starters now who can leak a snail on wave 1, so that's why I think it's interesting to do some bet like this
Yeah, sometimes.
because
Because if you
yeah,
do it too often, then they take use of it. So,
yeah, but usually even if you send a snail on wave 1, I mean it doesn't give a lot of advantage to your opponent, so at least you can uh, you can punish him if he grids on wave 1, and if he doesn't, usually it doesn't cost anything.
yeah. I don't know. It's just I needed to carry, but I mean, I cannot push as much as Vidor. That's the
Yeah,
problem.
yeah, that's why I think we should just have permasend, because if you look at their role, they are not super strong on mid game and late game, so we could outscale them actually.
Could we
So
though? I mean,
I
Widdowson
mean,
has
look at
Starcarder Circle. Like,
yes, but I mean I have Elite Archie, APS, Antler, Gates.
yeah, you're right on that
That's
one.
I mean, and you have Avengers with Starcaller and Antler, so we have actually a super strong late game. So here, probably that we should have play uh, for the late game and just perma in order to have a good late game and probably win against them on late game.
Yeah, I guess. I just never know if I can outscale the players. Like, I know I'm not the greatest scaler. Like, if I try to permascend, I'm always fall behind in workers compared to the others.
Mm,
There's no chances whatsoever.
okay, okay. Okay, let's take a break maybe.
Yeah, let's come back in 20 minutes approximately. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
it's in 20 minutes.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay. Okay. See you later then.
yeah, see you later. So, stream, I'm gonna leave you on a beautiful screen while we wait. And I'm gonna put also the a text here. Pop, 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 pop. Uh, so 1925. 1930 for the stream. So see you guys, and we'll be back at 1930 as shown on this board. So have a nice one, guys. Do stuff if you want, and we'll be back for you. All right, welcome back, guys. A little bit earlier than what was written here, but we will start only when uh, the time will when the teams will be ready to start, of course. And so, Grape Girls against League Fiesta gonna be better content than me trying to struggle my way up the ladder with Seraphin alongside me.
Yeah,
Let's hope, at
join, buddy.
least.
Yeah, no worries. I will be there. At least for this quarterfinal, I will be there, but I won't be available for the semi-final. Unfortunately, I'm sorry about that.
That's fine. I mean, I know, and it with. I mean, I only stated the worst possible outcome so that everybody could be prepared. That it goes that long. So,
Yep.
so it's better that you tell me. You already told me. It's better that you tell me that you won't be able in the worst case scenario, so that I can prepare myself. So it's gonna be a solo cast probably.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I didn't expect.
Don't be
Uh,
sorry. Don't be sorry. I mean, everybody has a life after before
yeah.
Legion, so I hold it against nobody if they have to go.
Okay, so I propose you that we talk about the match that we will cast. So
Yep.
Grab Girls against League Fiesta. So Grab Girls is composed by Piero Penguin and Shea, and I'm confident to say that Shea and Piero Penguin are really good player because they played like uh, 3 or 4 years, something like this.
Yeah.
And Shea was in a top 20, if I remember well, for like 3 or 4 weeks. So this is pretty good actually,
Yeah.
and he is a really good player. So Piero Penguin is also a really good player because his peak rating is about 2355, and he is also a good player, even if recently he was not in the top 20 or top 30, if I remember well. So let's see how it goes for them.
Yeah. Let's see how it goes. I mean, Shay. I wanted to say something about them. Oh yeah, Shay and Pyro have a lot to show. That's for sure. They are very laid back when they play, but I just received some massive news here from Pyro. He
Yes.
he just completed the tutorial.
Hmm. Okay. Okay. That's normal.
So yeah, so he just finished the tutorial, so now he feels ready to be a very good player again, and he feels like he has all the basic done. Freudian is just when I play against them, it's most of the time long saves by Esjusk more than anything.
Yes, and also, as we said before, uh, Roy and Jusk actually played a lot together.
Yep.
So they used to play together, and that could be a real difference in communication in order to carry the game and maybe win the game, even if their opponents are mo- probably a bit stronger. But the communication in a tournament could do a real difference actually.
Yeah, so communication, we did see could make a difference a lot of time, either for the best or for the worst. Someone predicts something, it's not really what happens, and then we falter, or it is a 500 IQ play and the prediction was correct. So uh, sometimes it can bite back, but it's important in communication to be on the same page, and that's normally how you win games. Uh,
Yeah.
and so
Yeah.
I think we are ready to start the game.
Yes.
And yeah, I think I'll just say to the players that we are ready. Yeah, and Shay makes an important point here. He is indeed the best looking Canadian in LTD2, without any doubt.
So, so what is your prediction for this first match?
Well, it's a best of three. Every match today will be a best of three. Prediction: I think that Freudian just can take one of the game, but I
Mhm.
do think that Shay and Paro will take it to 1.
Yeah, that's also my prediction. I'm pretty confident to say that no team can win 2-0, but 2-1 is probably the score at the end. And yeah, I think Shea and Peter Penguin, because of their experience, they will win this game, this match.
Yeah. So we'll see if our prediction is correct. We do have like the rating is in favor of Shay and Pyro, of course, in that match, and they were what are they? They are the third seed, right? Yeah, they are the third seed of their group, while Froy and just are the second seed. Uh, so we'll see what group was better stacked. Sadly,
Yeah,
we did not have the first quarterfinal. We were late. We are late. Decided to forfeit the match by not showing up, and so we are here entering the second quarterfinal between Grape Girls and League Fiesta. While the players are choosing their role, would you mind talking about the Legion spells?
yeah. So we have villain, we have investment, and we have venture. So that's actually interesting because you have not any aggressive spell, which means that we won't probably get send on wave 11 or 12. However, because of venture, we could finally have a send on wave 11 or 12 in order to avoid people to get venture. So that will be interesting to see how this game goes.
And yeah, so that would be interesting. They need to emphasize into wave 11 and 12 if they want to go for that venture, even though they don't receive any sense. Right now, looking at Esjask, it doesn't have really an answer for 11, so he's probably going for villain. But anyhow, with Nightmare, getting villain is always a good choice.
Yes, I agree with that. So now let's see what they will pick: Freud, Pyro Penguin, and Shia. So Shia. So we have a Wheelshroom, we have Berserker, we have this Disciple and Soulgate. So actually, this is interesting because he has a good early game. However, for the late game, it will be a problem because he has no tank.
Yeah, so his idea is that he wants to go for Disciple Gate, well, a Starcaller Gate, but the problem with that, you need a frontline, as you said, and so only having the Warg and the Canopy as a frontline in the late game is not looking promising. So let's see how he deals with that. And Pyro for him, I'm struggling to see what is his goal here. Maybe just playing around the Priestess?
Yeah, yeah, definitely. He built a priestess, so maybe we'll go for another area on wave 6 or wave 7, probably wave 7. So could be interesting. Let's see about that. And about Froy, we have a bounty hunter and angler starts. So it means that he will be low walker and he cannot pressure very well the priestess. So also it means that Jusk will have a lot of pressure in early game.
Yeah, you should. You should. But let's see how Pyro plays this out. If he reads the situation correctly, and if he's able to greed a lot with Priestess. First of all, let's just address a question here in the chat. A little bit of confusion, I think. Diamond Division is only the name of the league to mean that is just the league just below the Grandmaster Division. So anything that are not top players that still want to play competitively are eligible to that tournament. So it's just a first step into a competitive environment, and the finalists of the Diamond Division are able to accept a ticket to the Grandmaster Division.
Yes,
So
thank you for this explanation. So we have a Lisa Sand about Pure Penguin, and we have a Lisa Sand from Jusk against Berserker and about against Seraphin. So actually, it won't be a leak from Shia, and
yeah,
it's staying on 4 Walker.
the
Yeah,
Seraphin is correctly placed here to just tank the lizard, I do believe.
yeah, Yeah, definitely. Also, Shia stayed on 4 workers, so anyways, if he wanted uh, not leak, he could because he just need to overbuild.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. The lizard is on the Seraphin here, so this might enable him to hold, but the Seraphim needs to survive though.
Yeah. Okay. So also about Jusk, we saw that he has a pack rat. So let's
Yeah,
see how we will use this because he could have an advantage about medium with that.
yeah, he will probably have one, but he cannot afford it next wave, I do believe, because he decided to push to 6 workers here. And normally, with Packrat, if you want to treasure hunt, you want to stay a little bit lower onto workers here to enable yourself to treasure hunt. But let's see, does he take the risk? Does he not take the risk? That is the main question. But sense here from Shay and Froy.
In my opinion, he should use the ability of the pack rat because the nightmare is super strong on wave 4,
And he
and
has a
because he
nice split.
received yes, and he has a nice split, and also because he received 40 on wave 3, he probably knows that he won't get a send on wave 4. That's why he should use it, but he decides to not use it.
And you see here on Pyro, he does receive the Sand and the Crawl, just barely on the zone here of the Priestess too. But maybe a bit too much inside the zone, and meaning the Priestess is not tanking at all. Luckily, he does not receive a Dragon Turtle here, so this means that he should probably hold. But I'm talking too fast here. That's looking like a leak.
Yeah, it could be a leak actually. Yes, it will be a leak,
But it will
and
also be a leak here on Froy.
indeed, indeed, but actually he's pretty happy with that send on wave 4 because it means that he don't need to overbuild for wave 5, which is um, a weak a weak wave for the bounty hunter.
Yeah.
And also about Pyro Penguin, I'm confident to say that if he received double Dragon Turtle, he would have leaked really more.
Yes, yes, exactly. The sand was not ideal. I think it's mostly due to the positioning of the Grawl. Yes, it's inside the area, but since there was a tank sand, you probably wanted the Grawl one step further back, or half a square further back. Sorry.
Yeah. And now we have stand from Jusk. So
The
against
sands are quite interesting. They're always on opposite ways. Like they never go together. Both teams.
yes, yes, but the point is that I'm not sure that it share can hold this
The
with.
Seraphin survived. The Seraphin survives.
Oh wow, that's actually a real difference because if the Seraphin dies here, probably that it's a huge leak. However, because it survives, it will hold actually.
Yep. This is a hold from Shay, and looking on the other sand on Froy, looks like the dino is too much for him to handle. The butcher not enough to hold.
Yes, yes, exactly because actually, and this is due to the pack rat because pack rat is really weak against wave 5, and it means that only the butcher can tank
Yeah,
the wave, so that's why it's a leak.
and
And now,
so he's probably stronger on 6 now with the pack rat though.
yeah, yeah, definitely.
He's going for another. Is that
Wow.
too much? Is that too much for wave 8? Because wave 8 is sometimes an issue for what for Nightmare.
Yeah, actually, it could be an interesting move if you use the ability because probably that you won't receive another send here. So you could use the ability in order to have more medium to send against Shia, but
Big
he
Sand.
will decide to keep it.
Big Sand is coming.
Wow.
And that's a boost. Those two boosts here on the wave 6, predicting the wave 6 sand against the bounty hunter. I mean, it's a usual sand, but normally you also see wave 7 as an option. But that's going to be a big leak. The washroom is not going to survive.
Oh, it survived.
Oh, but the cannoneer snipes it.
Yeah. Yeah, it will be a leak because actually Freud decided to go to Bounty Hunter. Usually, you don't want to have two bounty hunter because it's weak on wave 5, it's weak on wave
But
6, and it's not very
it's
strong on wave 7.
it's such a small league, though. You'll be pretty happy with that outcome.
Yeah, yeah, actually, he is pretty happy because effectively, uh, it's not a huge leak, but it's not a huge leak also because he stayed on 5 or 6 walker,
Yeah.
if I remember well.
Yes, that is true. So we do have the resends, though. The resend here from Shin Paro can do a lot of damage onto Freud because he decided to push two workers here. And what is his answer? Is Steed. Steed is not the best option here, especially if it's not tanking.
Yeah, definitely. And also, we have the Azaria here now for Pierre Penguin, and Freud decided to send double lizard. I'm pretty confident to say that actually he should hold
Yeah, that is a
Pierre
definite
Penguin.
hold.
Yes, and the point is now Pierre Penguin will be able to push a lot of walkers.
Yeah, and it's all about the pressure now. It's all about the pressure you can generate to protect your weakest wave, which is wave 10 with the Azaria. So we're gonna see if they want to play that game or they want to play it safe. But the Brute's not effective against the build of Esjusk on wave 7. Or am I speaking too soon here?
Mm,
It,
just should hold it
yeah.
actually.
No second Nightmare came in, but it was a Sand Badger that was added on that wave. So still very good. Shay leaking to the Cannoneer, Freud leaking to the little Resend, not getting all the
Yeah.
stacks, but we have a hold, more importantly, on Esjusk here.
Yes, that's actually really important in order to not get too much king damage. But also now the question is, Pierre Penguin will send or not on wave 8 because Jusk could try to keep some gold,
Yeah.
shift some gold for wave 9 in order to hold this wave, which is a weak wave for Nightmare and Packrat. So let's see.
So he's deciding
Oh,
to build with Fire Elemental, but that's just make him super weak next wave if he doesn't get the Edge Chef.
yes, and actually, if he doesn't get a recent heal, the wave could be really fast, and which means that he won't have a lot of midterm to send on wave 9 in order to get the
That
HF.
is
So
true. The
yeah,
income is only 119. The gold you receive from the wave is 132. That is not equal to 130. Okay, it's very close though. So he will be able to reach it if he goes only for a single snail. So let's see how it goes. So we do have here 80 sent onto Pyro. Pyro will push more. We see him at 13 workers. But maybe he uses that to prepare for wave 10 instead. But looking at Shay, holding the 120 sen, it looks like here.
actually, if I was Pyro Penguin here, I would push a lot in order to send on wave 9 and also to resend on wave 10 because you know now that you have the pressure on Yursk and
Okay, that's a
Freud.
leak. That is a leak
And,
on
and,
Shay.
and Yeah, and because you have this leak, it could be really interesting for Pyro Penguin to push a lot. Like this, he can pressure a lot Yusk and make him leak on wave 9 and wave 10.
So yeah, we
And
got
even
13
even
workers
on
on
wave
both.
11 or 12.
We got
Yes, and actually this is a real bet for the rest of the game because even if he leaks on wave 10, he can pressure so much his opponent that can kill him actually.
So yeah, the prediction here from Pyro, prediction San, not going for the ogre, but going for the double imps, because he predicts the edge chef being the solution to
Yeah,
this wave because he saw the fundamental being built.
yes, exactly. But I'm not confident to say that Yusuke will hold this wave because he just has actually the HF to tank
Yeah,
the wave. The rest of his units will just die really fast.
yeah, and we do have the order coming in against Freud, but he has the kingpin, he has the boost. I must say that I do think that kingpin will be enough to hold here on that wave.
Oh, look at this! The
Oh my
ogre
god,
is
no,
wow.
no.
That's a
Uh,
really
uh,
huge difference.
did you side on the side of Shane Paro and now they just are unlucky with their send or what?
Wow, that's really unlucky from Shea actually,
Yeah,
because if the ogre is not focused, actually this is a huge leak from Froy. And
yeah.
finally, it's a hold, and he can also almost hold the leak from his teammate,
Oh
and
my
this
god.
is a huge
Oh,
difference. Wow,
how lucky can you be with the
wow,
aggro in the middle?
wow. The luck here is incredible, incredible.
Right now, the luck is on the side of Froy and Esjusk, and Froy is able to catch back up in workers. Uh, at least we expect him to push a little bit more here, but it looks
Uh,
like he's going to try and go Venture.
yes, Froy actually has to use Venture because he has double one. He has one Kingpin and one Bounty Hunter and a small one Angler. So, and because he has now an Eternal Wanderer, it means that he will be super strong on wave 11 and 12,
Yep.
which means that he can read a lot and use Venture.
But I must admit that with a Kingpin, Villain is still a great option, no? It does protect you on your weakest wave 13 as well as 15.
Well, you can do that, but actually, if you look at now the Pyro Penguin build, you can say that okay, he has a Samurai Soul, he has a Lioness, no, Alpha Male, sorry.
Ooh,
So it means that he is actually pretty
that's
strong
a
on wave
venture.
12.
That is a venture. That is a venture on
Oh,
Pyro Penguin, and he's preparing wave 12. He knows what's coming up here.
yeah. Mm, eh,
What?
wow.
Excuse me? What? You've got villain as a choice, and you decide to go investment where you have nightmare.
I didn't understand this choice too. And
But
the
we do have the
poor
venture.
And also, I don't really understand why Fry decided to go venture if he knows that the opponent is building for wave 12. Because now actually he should have pushed a lot in order to
Yeah,
pressure more Pyro Penguin. Because Pyro Penguin, because he builds for wave 12, it means that you will need more medium to make him leak.
and what is your thoughts about the villain ranger instead of the villain lioness or the villain berserker?
Mm, well, that's that depends on when the game will finish.
Oh,
Because, for example,
oh,
if you go on wave 8, wow.
that is
Excuse me.
big. That is big. Because
Yes.
now it's just and Freud will have a lot of medium to send here. That's not what Shane Pyro wanted.
Wait.
And,
Oh,
but
what? What? They decide to not send.
okay.
Okay, so for Jusk, this is interesting because Shea didn't take venture or
Yeah.
investment, so
So
this
that's
could be
okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, particularly because Shea is not great on wave 13. However, Pure Penguin is pretty happy actually to not
Yeah.
get a send.
Yeah. He must be in relief after he sees he doesn't receive a send here. But let's see what the Freudians just decide to do. They are sitting in a lot of Mythium. They have a income disadvantage, especially Freud,
Yeah,
and that will hurt him. Like even though Shay did not take Venture, he did receive a lot more income in the past two waves compared to Freud.
yeah, yeah, indeed. So, to be honest, I'm not confident about this choice, about this call, but because I'm pretty confident to say that they will go on wave 14 now.
Yeah, Shay going for a break here.
Yeah, yeah. So this is a huge bet, and this is a bet that they didn't need to take actually.
Yeah,
So
but my biggest
I'm
problem is
really surprised.
Shay going for the break here. I mean, he has Kingpin. I need you need to expect the Venture here if you don't see the villain. So quite a weird play to go for the break here from Shay, to be honest. I would have only go for income like Pyro is doing here to respect the fact that that venture was on the board.
That's difficult to say because actually you can say, okay, my opponent will go on wave 14, so it means that he doesn't have a lot of gold.
Yeah,
And
that's true.
because he built for wave 12 with the Kingpin, with
Oh
the
my god.
Eternal Wanderer,
Oh my.
maybe I can make him leak. And actually,
Yeah, actually,
it will
that's.
be.
I mean, it's looking pretty good. The Azaria is doing a lot of damage, and the Forai is just not killing that fast enough, and it's now on the Azaria. Can it 1v1 the Azaria now? That's the
Uh,
question.
Actually, Freud would like to leak now.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But it's gonna be very close here, and it is a hold. Or is
Uh,
it? Yes!
Oh, it's
The
a
spell!
wow!
The Fire Archer is OP now, confirmed on stream here. Freud holding with the last hit of the Fire Archer. Difference maker against the Four Eyes.
Wow, that's really amazing. Really amazing. So now the question is how the West team will hold this sand.
I mean,
I mean,
Pyro?
I think Shea could hold pretty good because he has a
Yeah.
lot of units who are not bad on this wave, but I have a serious doubt about Pyro Penguin.
But look at the value of Pyro. Like, he's at 3.2k value. And he's overvalued on that wave.
Oh, I'm not a fan about the Kraken here. He just has Azria has magic damage, so
But it's doing a lot of damage, and I mean, there's almost nothing left for Pyro here, despite his high value.
yes, because the problem is that the unit who deals damage are not good on this wave. So Alpha Male and Lioness and Archer are built
Oh
behind,
my god,
which means
this is such a big
wow,
leak. This is such a big leak on both
yeah,
Shay and Pyro. The Kraken was definitely the right play, identifying that the only damage that could come out was the Azeria. And
wow.
this is close to game.
I think this is a game because the king does not have a lot of upgrades.
Not enough
The-
of upgrades, but what is the spell? The Judgment? It's not looking too bad for a hold here. It does look like they will be able to breathe another
okay,
day, and yes, they will. And so what's the next one? What's the next play?
yeah. So what would you do if you were the West team here?
Well, I'm gonna say to you what I'm seeing here because that is quite interesting. Freud is just deciding to full push here, or almost full push, while Shay and Pyro not pushing a single worker of that league.
Indeed, indeed, and that's interesting because it would mean that Froy and Yusk decides to go on wave 16, while probably that Froy and Yusk will try to go on 17 or even on 18.
You mean Shay and Pyro?
Yeah, sorry.
It does make sense, but I mean, 16 against Arctairs? It seems a little bit far-fetched, but let's see what they decide to do. I mean, despite Pyro and Shay not pushing, we do have Shay still very low on value. Only Pyro shifted a lot of gold here. So it might bait the opponent to send on next wave.
Indeed.
So,
And also, the good point for Shea and Pure Penguin is they are not bad on wave 16, but not bad also on wave 17. So it means if they hold the same on wave 16 or wave 17 and
yeah.
17, it seems they could go on wave 18 actually,
But
because
let's comment the build synergy here between Freud and S-Just. We have Freud very strong on 17 with the Kingpins, but we
yeah,
do have S-Just very strong on 18 with the Phoenix and the doubles.
well, the purge is really good in order to tank the wave, not to kill the wave. But the Phoenix is super strong.
Yeah,
Is one of the best units, even if maybe the best unit actually for wave 18. So that's interesting to see that both players cover their weak waves.
and we have more Arctairs coming in from Pyro here. And so with the gates, they need to rely on Shay to hold 17, but the Sands are going to be massive here.
Yeah, that's really, even if they have a lot of value, it will be super hard for Penguin and Share to hold next wave.
Alright, so let's see how it goes. Shay and Pyro standing with their call? No, going for income. They realize that they do not have a chance to hold. They
Yeah,
need to go for income and king ups.
yeah, and they think that they don't have enough medium in order to make Yusk and Froy leak.
And I
So
do agree with them. It's like
yeah,
with the kingpins, you probably need a lot of ogres or a lot of four eyes, like four eye plus pack leader maybe. But if you don't have that, then there's very little choice for you to break.
indeed. I'm a bit surprised about those king up from Fry and Yusk because
They're
they know
expecting
that.
the race. They are expecting the race.
Yeah, but that's a bit surprised because actually their value is pretty good,
Yep,
and also their build is really good on this wave. So
it's not looking good on Pyro's lane for sure. The Azria already dead. It was almost surviving, but just taking a little bit too much aggro. The gates from Shay is are doing work, honestly. It's easy clearing.
no, that's still a leak. And anyways, even
Yeah,
if it's not a leak, the leak from Pale Penguin is really too hard.
yeah.
So this is the game here, I think.
So game one, going for League Fiesta, which is Froy
Yeah,
and Esjusk against Shane Pyro. We must say that the wave 14 send was just way too much damage
insane.
for Twindle for Shane
Yeah,
Pyro.
yeah, that was clearly insane.
So the turning point here, definitely wave 14. The decisions were a little bit strange, honestly, this game. Like, nobody went for wave 12. Was surprising, but the long save turned out to be alright. Uh, and it's just a lack of damage on Pyro. He had the
In my
value, but no damage.
Yes, but in my opinion, this is due because they decided Share and Pair Penguin to full send on wave 13
Yeah,
when they should have just income send plus king up.
yeah, I do agree that Shay not going for income was probably a mistake here for him. Not accepting the fact that Freud could have potentially went for the venture.
Yeah, 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 definitely.
Uh,
Let's go for the second game then.
yeah, let me adjust the scoreboard. You can talk about what you want about the previous game, and we'll be on to the next one.
Okay, so now we have 1-0 for League Fiesta, so for Froy and Yulsk. The question is, do they win the second game? If they win the second game, they can reach the semi-final. If they cannot, there will be another game after this. And concerning the first game, I would say that it was interesting to see that in early game it was pretty close. It was there was no advantage for the West team or for the East team, and the game was done just about the call for the mid game and for the late game, and that's exactly what we expect from very good teams. From very good teams, you will expect that just some calls, some details will do a lot of difference.
Yeah, it's all about details, and we're talking about optimization, and some people don't really like this concept of optimization. But that's exactly what we're talking about here. Like, optimize everything, play on the limit to try and yeah, to try and hold as much as you can with as little value as possible. And when you're playing on value and you don't have the right positioning, it can still go right out of your control.
Yes, yes, exactly. You have some calls who can you can think that okay, that's a good call, but finally, because your opponent just read correctly what you wanted to do, you can it can do a lot of difference.
So let's see if Pyro and Shay can recover here from the 1-0 the first game loss against Edgedusk and Froy. I mean, It was close up until they lost the game. And so we're going to see if they can keep up the winning side this time. And so while they choose their role, and there's a redraw this time from Foray. So I'm going to let you
Indeed.
talk about the Legion spells.
Okay, so here we have Protector, Press the Attack, and Dark Ritual. So this is really interesting because if you know that your opponent will send on wave 11 or wave 12, you can take Dark Ritual to have those gold in order to hold better. If you know that your opponent didn't take any damage before wave 10, you can also take Press the Attack in order to force them to take Dark Ritual and make them themselves some king damage. And Protector is interesting if you know that the game will end after wave 16 or something like this, because this is a spell that will scale with the late game.
Yeah, because Protector is an aura that does give regen to every single unit in your build as long as the Protector is alive. So
Yes,
looking at
indeed.
the builds here, we have Shay starting with Flower, quite interesting one. Not a fan of this positioning, but we have Berserker on Pyro, Oathbreaker on Esjas, and Froy starting with Daphne.
And the East team decided to take a small bet by sending a snail on wave 1. Unfortunately for them, it won't be paid, so it just gives some gold for Shea and Pyro Penguin. So let's see how they can use this gold.
So Shay does not have a full AoE composition. It's only the flower. So he will build around that flower to help him push a little bit more workers. So he needs something like the Berserker on a wave 6. Or the Ranger can also do very good. Daphne, should I say. Pyro
Yes,
starting instead with the Berserker. Maybe I took a bit too far in front, I would say, for a Serpent addition.
indeed, indeed. But the point is that I'm not sure that you really want to use this Sea Serpent because he has Boar, and Boar and Sea Serpent are not great together. So let's see what you want to do with that.
Another snail into the Berserker. That's quite an interesting sight to see. Normally, you don't see that quite
Oh,
as often.
yeah, actually, this is Yusk decided to do that because he was on 5 walkers, and because Berserker killed the wave 1 really slowly, it means that you can send another snail on income and get 17 income rather than 11.
That is true. And this little detail allowed him to get the Sea Serpent on that wave. And the Daphne
Indeed.
was staying only on that. So looking at Freud's build, he's going to go for the Boar as well in the late game, but no real damage apart from the Ranger.
I think yes, he will need to reroll at a moment in order to get some more damage, but definitely with the flower, he can have a lot of damage in IOE.
So we see here the Daphne placing the flying unit at the edge of the circle. We'll share the aggro with the Daphne. We'll see about that. There's a send here, only income from Shay and Pyro.
Yeah, and as we can expect, Fry decided to keep his medium. I think he will try to start a bit Shea because flowers are not great on wave 5 and
We
wave 6.
we are seeing something very bad happening for Pyro. The lizard not getting focused by the serpent, mainly due to the fact that the berserker is too far in front. It might result into a leak. Honestly, I've seen that leak.
Mm, let's see. Is
It
it
is only
leak?
a lizard leak though.
Yeah, this is the leak. Wow, this is a huge difference. Huge difference because actually we have Shah who has a lot of medium, and we have also Fro who has a lot of medium. So maybe it will force this leak will force Shea to send, and he
Yeah,
decided to send a snail. Yes.
he does send us now. He does prepare with the Daphnes, so he's aware that 5 and 6 are the trouble, and Daphne are probably his answer. So we're gonna see how he decides to play it out now. Froy
Mm,
sitting at 84 Mithium. That is quite a lot near to a mole.
I actually, I would have preferred that Shea build another ranger in order to shift some goal and have Berserker or Antler for wave 5 because
That
you know that
yeah,
actually your opponent will go on 5 or 6.
that is very true. I think it is a very valid point that you're bringing up here. Uh, Being willing to shift is an art here on Legion TD2. You need to be confident onto your call, and you need to do the right gamble. Uh, I mean, it is always frustrating when you do the wrong call, of course, but sometimes they are game winning and can make a lot of difference. Because now with 150 gold on his bank, what does Shay do?
Yes, yes, and actually something I would point is even if the gamble does not work, it doesn't mean that it was a wrong move. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not because your opponent decided to do a gamble and send on a wave which should be strong for you and it works. It doesn't mean that you played bad. I mean,
Uh,
and now look at this. That probably will be a leak.
that's not a hermit. That's just income, and that's just
Oh,
food.
yeah, true. And because of that, this is a hold actually.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
do think that's a little bit of a misplay here by Freud. Like,
yeah,
yes, you get income, but you just let the flower just have a free early game.
yeah, indeed. Indeed, it was a huge mistake. And of course, we saw a leak from Pyro Penguin because he gets the deep coiler.
Yep.
So now the question is, do you resend against Pyro Penguin since you know that he could push a lot here? But
I
because
mean,
of
yeah.
the leaks, you could resend actually 80 or even 100 Mechium.
Yeah, the detail here that is important to note when you're playing Berserker Serpent is that even though you get a resend on wave 6, you leak only one or two Roko. And so that's perfectly fine with you because you know that you've pushed heavily for that.
Yes, and Pyro Penguin decided to add some gargoyle here, which means that no way it leaks on wave 6.
Yeah,
No
no
way.
way. And also preparing for wave 7, Gargoyles aren't the best on 6, but they are perfect to give time for the quarter to kill most of the wave. So very
Yeah,
nice decision here from Pyro. And going for income only, not sending full, just the Dino. And the Dino can be sufficient here, to be honest.
let's see.
So we do have the Naru going down, but Daphne is not far behind, and only the Pack Rat does damage now. The Green Devil is quite tanky, but both are going down
Yeah,
quite fast.
that's a leak actually.
That is indeed a leak, and not a small one. This is 50%.
Yes, this is clearly interesting leak because uh, Pyro Penguin didn't full send first.
Yep,
That's the first point. And the second point is that if I remember well, Yursk is not super strong on next wave because of the Zeus. He doesn't have a lot of tank,
yep.
so double brute could kill him easily.
And Shay?
Sh-
Shay?
oh, what? Maybe we'll go on wave 8 then.
Then 8, you want probably Mole plus Brute, right? Because you want the Mole to be away from the canopy, I think.
Yeah, but the problem is that Zeus kill really fast the brute and the safety mode. And what's more, if you look at Shea build, he's not pretty strong on this wave because the both Oni Flower will die super fast and
He
Dino
does
will
have a lot
tank.
of damage, though. He does have a lot of damage. And the Daphnes are tanking for the Veteran, which is the highest DPS on that wave. So let's see. It can still be a hold here. Let's see, what was the send? Only tanks? They are all dead. Now we have a partial tanking between the Daphne and the Veteran. That's the best outcome you can imagine here to happen for Shay. And this is a hold. It is a hold from Shay.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty well played from him. And we have a small leak from Pyro Penguin here. Well, still 57%,
Uh,
47%, but that's
Look at the
not a
workers.
huge leak.
Look at the workers, though.
Yes, that's a huge difference. This leak is actually super interesting for Shea because like this he could send more against
He
use.
needs the brute also. He needs the brute to push the mole.
Yeah, I'm afraid about the Hermit. I'm afraid about the send of
Yeah,
Hermit and
Dino is fine. He's going fiend.
what?
What?
That's interesting actually,
Yeah, true.
because he does because Yusk doesn't have any pierce damage, sorry, except the Deep Collar and Sea Serpent, which means that the Fiend will take a lot of time to die
Yeah, and
before that the unit can tank. So
oh, and he's adding more serpents in the back, so very little tanks in the front here. So the wave will turn very fast onto the coilers.
we will have another.
A
Oh,
lizard.
he didn't have time. Yeah,
Yeah,
there is a
it was close
lizard.
to two fiends. Yeah,
Okay, so the question now is it enough to hold?
I mean the mole
I'm
is
not
doing his
sure.
job, and now everything's turning.
Oh, that will be a leak.
That is indeed looking like a leak, but not a big one to be honest.
Not a big one because he didn't have time to
Oh
send
no,
another
oh no, the Zeus
friend.
targeting. The Zeus targeting is atrocious.
Okay, that's an okay 51%,
Yeah,
because it's a long save actually against Yursk, so this is pretty good all from him.
but it
And
was 1k value though on that. So with 1k value, investing into so much serpents, don't you just
yeah,
expose yourself like on 11 and 12 after that?
yes, actually that could be a huge send on wave 11 because you know that there is
But
crazy attack.
the resend is coming here.
Yeah, and I think this resend is due to the fact that if you look at the build from Shea, he was really bad on wave 9,
Yeah, that's a dev
except
cap.
if yes, except if he can have the dev cap.
He's going for boar. I think this is a mistake. This is a huge mistake, I think.
Yes, it is a huge mistake. Huge mistake.
The DPS difference between Honeyflower and dev cap is just nowhere close to the value of a boar. But
Yeah,
luckily for him, it's only income.
yeah, but I'm still not a fan of this, just for two reasons. First point is the dev cap is a huge tank for wave 10.
Yep.
That's the first point. And the second point, dev cap is super strong on wave 12, which means that you force your opponents to go on wave 11, but because of the boar, you don't care if your
Yeah.
opponent goes 11. So I think here it's still a mistake, and he could do a bit better and force his opponent then when he wants.
Yeah, so small leaks on Pyro and small leak on Froy here. Similar
Yeah.
side sense, leaks.
So do you think this leak give an advantage for the East team or West team?
Definitely for Shen Pyro, because of the worker lead currently available to them. Shay
Yeah,
already prepared for wave 10. He doesn't have to build. Already strong also on 11. But he wants to play it safe because there is press the attack. That's for sure.
yeah, but both teams want to use crazy attack, but because there is dark ritual, I would not surprise that one team decides, sorry, to go dark ritual in order to hold wave 11 or 12 sand and get more gold, if we can say like this.
Yeah, my biggest problem right now is seeing Shay adding another Daphne. Already having three Daphnes,
Um,
adding another, not preparing for 11. That's going to hurt on 11.
yeah, I'm definitely not agree
But
with
we do
that.
have the boar coming out from Pyro, so exposing that he is strong on wave 11.
Let's see.
The 11
Yeah,
cent is coming,
that's
only
a
income.
10. Yes.
Only income. And we might see Dark Rituals now from Froy and Esjusk because they might go for King Region here.
Let's see.
I mean, considering what they decided to do, it's definitely not a Prezi attack because this is not a killer Sen. They decide to go for Protector at least on Froy.
Yeah. I think this is a good call here to go protector and not PTA. I mean, you know that no team has a real advantage here, so probably that the game will go very late.
Shane Pyro still waiting. Dark Ritual on Pyro.
Th- th- yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point because he knows that without this, he can leak super huge on wave 11.
And PTA on Shay.
What? Hmm,
They are going
interesting.
to they are going to try and just put the pressure on this Justin Froy. But when did you go? Is it
Well,
12?
yeah, I think this is 12. Yes. Because if you look at Yusk build, yeah, okay, he has free deep coiler. However, he doesn't have any tanks, so it means that deep coiler will dive super fast.
So you probably send a lot of DPS onto Just so that you can kill that as fast as possible. But
Yes.
13 is still a possibility because there's the Boros on Froy.
Yeah, there is a board. That's true. But the point is, in my opinion, Shia could send on wave
Yeah,
12,
and 12 is
and
coming.
Pyro Penguin should go on wave 13 because actually at the moment you just want gold.
They're
You
going
just want
together.
gold. You wow. I don't agree with that call, to be honest, because probably that you won't be able to kill your opponent if their opponent help the king. So actually, you just want gold in order to have an advantage for the rest of the game.
Yeah. But right now we do see Daphne coming in and Alpha Male from Froy. I don't like the 4i in that situation because there's only the Great Boar that's going to be affected by that. The Witch could have been way more damage as well as putting up a little bit more frontline for
Yeah,
the Lions to go through.
yeah, I would have preferred a siege ram, for example.
Yeah, do it
I
too.
think it would have been really better. Or if you want to send something who deals a lot of damage, just send Drake.
That's true. And it's just whoa, you talked about it like the front line just not present and then the wave just turning super fast onto the corner, and that's what happened here.
Yeah, yeah. That was the problem for Yusk here. His build is super strong, but if you don't have any tank, deep color are just completely useless.
And then we
And
have Froy leaking the 4i here. Not a massive leak, but with what is in the middle, that's a lot of king damage.
yes, indeed. So now we have the West team who has a real advantage and uh, is the best team at the moment to win this game, I think.
Yeah, but we need to remember that Esjusk and Froy have something going for them, and it is they took Protector, which is a long-standing spell, which the value stays with you, while PTA is gone and Dark Ritual is gone as well.
Yes, I agree with that. However, if you look at workers,
Yeah, the worker is a
Yusk
different
and
story.
yes, Yusk and Froy still didn't send and have a lot of medium, but Share and Pyro Penguin still have more workers. So it means that if they decide to send in the same time of Yusk and Froy, actually it will be more or less equivalent, but they
Yeah,
won't have the same value. So I'm really afraid that it will be super hard for Froy and Yusk to win this game now.
it would be very hard, but now their only chance is to go for 15. 15 is the weakest wave of Shay and Pyro with what we currently see. But we do see Pyro starting to mass up those Green Devils, which are pretty much his best answer for wave 15.
Yes, but the question is, can they survive on wave 14 if they get a sand?
We have
And
Canopies on Esjas, we have Borer on Froy, so there's a chance. And that's the
so,
call.
yeah, that's the call. But that's also the call from Shea and Penguin
Yeah, so we're
to
gonna
go
be
on.
in a race situation, and so
Yes,
it's all about delay now. So they need to realize that they need the front line more than damage because I don't think anybody will have the value except Shay and Pyro to maybe hold wave 15.
indeed. For sure, Yusk and Froy dies on wave 15. That's sure about that. So now the question is, can they kill Shea and Pyro Penguin before they die?
Yeah, that's the question. There's a lot of HP to go through, uh, but if there's a shaman in your Sen, which will be the case on Freudian Esjusk, uh, then we will probably see. And Pyro has a shaman as well. So shaman plus two boss onto the king is a lot of damage and enough to kill this. It's just about delay.
Yeah, let's see. Oh, interesting. Ghost Knight rather than a Shaman
Yeah,
for Shea.
and that's because you have the Millennium here.
Yeah, but I'm not fan about this because actually you have the Daphne and you have Zeus.
Yeah, you're
So
right on that one.
the Ghost Knight won't tank that much the GPS here, and the Shaman would have been really interesting in order to kill really fast the Canopy. I think.
Yeah, so let's see. We have a Doomsday, very tanky on that wave. We have Canopies, so the delay is quite good on Esjosk.
Yes.
Froy is looking more like DPS, and so has a very slim chance to hold. So I'm gonna focus on Esjosk because if he does not delay as long as Pyro and Shay, then the game is lost here.
Yeah. Let's see.
So we do have the quarters tanking for the Doomsday here. Not exactly what he wants, but it's all about delay, as we discussed. The front line is already dead. The Doomsday is tanking and taking a lot of damage,
Yeah.
and that seems to be a fast leak here. And
Yeah.
Pyro
GG.
just delay longer, and
Yeah.
Shay holds.
Yeah. Teams call GG now. Yeah.
And this is game two going to Pyro and Shay, bringing the series 1-1. Game point for both teams, and so we go to a game three.
Yeah. Indeed. But to be honest, I knew about the result after the moment I saw the Yusk build, because the problem with this build is that he doesn't have any tank actually. So it means
Yeah.
that on wave 11 and on wave 12, he was super weak. He cannot hold anything. He cannot hold. So the question is, how how can you be can you win when you know that you will leak super hard on wave 11 or on wave 12? And because of this send on wave 11 from Yusk and Froy, for sure, if you don't get a send on wave 11, you're dead on wave 12.
Yeah, it's all about the long save here from Shay to from 5 to 8, forcing all those coilers and just investing too much into them for wave 10 and 11.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. That here, I think the problem from Yusk and Froy, they don't lose the game because of their call, but they lose the game because of their build. So it means that Cher and Pyro Penguin just need to see correctly the build and the weakness of their opponent and just send here. They didn't need to take, okay, they could be strong here or strong here, but they need to do a choice. So I need to do the right call to have a brain dead call. They
Yeah,
didn't need to do that. They just need to play their game, send the correct moment, and that's all.
yeah, exactly. Play your game is often better than trying to mind game yourself into a bad decision. And so see
Okay.
here on game
Yeah.
three, final game of the quarterfinal. We have next after this one we'll have destroy your enemy against Schnezir, the first semifinal. But first, let's see who of those two teams will will face into this next semifinal against MPS Boar tomorrow on Bonnie's stream. Uh, and so very exciting to see who of those two teams uh, will be going to the semifinal. So we saw both teams showing sign of life on both games. We did see Shay and Pyro making a not a mistake, but a huge leak on 14 of the first game, and by a good call from Esjusk and Froy to long save to that point.
Yeah.
Could have backfired here, but they did manage to hold it together. And the last game was decided. I think we got kicked here.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so we
Uh,
just need to
uh,
create the lobby again. It's just sometimes it happens. Or did the player did not get kicked?
yeah, they didn't get kicked, I think. I will. I will
I
take
don't
them.
see. No, Shake did get kicked. They are not in game right now.
They are not in game. You're sure?
Yeah, I see him in my friend list, and he just went for create another game here. So we are waiting on you. The lobby is open.
Okay, perfect. Okay, here I am.
So yeah, so it's
Ready.
just a miscommunication with the server. It happens sometimes. So we just need.
Yeah, that's super rare actually.
Yeah, it's super rare. And
Yeah,
someone is steady. he's,
oh,
he's not ready. He's steady.
Teddy Riner.
But game three, hey, second attempt of the intro. Hey, game three
Yeah.
for this last quarterfinal here to decide who goes to the semifinal, Shay's team or Froy's team. Let's see here, and the players are choosing. Esja's going for redraw, and I'm gonna let you decide. Talk about the Legion spell. Sorry.
Okay, so we have allowance, we have overwork, and we have giant snail here. So it means that we probably get that's we have two legend spells which are really aggressive spell, overwork and giant snail, and we have a spell which is a defensive spell, if you can say like this, but it's only 100 gold. So probably that you need to have a build around wave 11, 12, and maybe 14, 13. I mean, so let's see how it goes. But I'm afraid about the wave 12 here.
Yeah, overwork is a threat, of course, but we do see here two bounty hunters, and that is huge if you decide to go overwork.
Wow, 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 wow. I don't like this opener for both player. I mean, it means that you cannot pressure any of your opponent.
Yeah, and look at Pyro with the Green Devil start. That's going to push heavily here on wave one.
Yeah, yeah, and also for the priestess, it means that you're not that afraid on wave 4,
Yep.
and yeah, that's definitely an advantage just on wave 1 because of the build for Shea and Pure Penguin.
So Pyro going to 5 worker, probably not adding anything on wave 2. Priestess here from Shay will be able to cover wave 2 as well. So probably pushing to 5 or 6 workers. He has the gargle for that, so it can be one of his options.
Yes, definitely. And also, something I would like to say is that Pyro Penguin could say, okay, if I receive a snail and I don't build on wave 2, I can leak and that's bad. Actually, it's not bad because it means that you can go on 6 walker, you pressure more use can fry, and you have a real advantage. You have more medium, more income, and then you can snowball the game. So
Exactly.
actually, it could be even interesting for Pyro Penguin to leak on wave 2 here.
Yeah, exactly. And that's just knowing what is the worker count on Esjusk and Freud, looking at their build. More time is better for you. They cannot push as much as you do, and so they feel a lot more pressure due to that leak.
Yes, definitely. The question now is, do Pyro Penguin and Shea will try to go straight 5 or 6, something like this, or they will want to decide to snowball the game with workers and income?
I do think you want to snowball here. If there is overwork into the play, and you know that the opponent has the build to resist it, you want the economy to sustain yourself and have a decent build on wave 12, and also
Yeah,
maybe take it yourself.
I agree.
So
So
they are
as we
going for income.
say, we have Pyro Penguin with 6 workers. So that's the good call from him. because now it could be still safe for wave 4 because of the mask. And we have 5 worker on share. And he has to do that because he knows that he needs to be on 5 worker maximum in order to hold wave 4.
You don't have to. You can do that with 6 worker when you have this cargo. You turn it into a green devil, and you're totally fine. Especially since Froy cannot send you much. So that's the
Well,
beauty of the Priestess plus Gargoyle start, is that you can easily go 6 worker to no send and still hold pretty good on wave 4, and push to 8 workers after that.
yes, but the problem with Priestess on wave 4, it's usually it's like you leak a lot or you don't leak at all. You don't have a meter.
Yeah,
So
it's 42% only. It's for chickens that you leak with that. This if you decide to go for the green devil.
he decides to go on the green
Yeah, but he's
devil.
going to have this little gargoyle here behind.
Yeah, let's see how it goes.
And we do have a lot of mass coming up from Pyro. Try and protect wave 4. He knows that he's not pretty much not the strongest here. Edge Dusk is getting saved on and still at 4 workers. That's hurting him.
Yes, that's interesting because actually he still received 20 on wave 3. So the
Yep.
question now is, do he go, does he go on 5 workers now or not? And he decided also to not shift in order to have, for example, the canopy for wave 5. So I'm a bit disappointed about this call.
Yeah. But you see here, leaking to the brute.
Whoa!
If if you just decide to push the worker instead of going that and you go income, well, you're 6 workers, you're leaking that brute, it's the exact same thing, and you don't really care that much about it. So that's the problem.
Yeah,
It's like he stayed low workers to try and hold and doesn't hold. So it's like,
yeah, that hurts a lot.
yeah. And he wanted
And
to send the imps, so that's the issue that he wanted. So
yeah, and he decided also to starve his opponent with this build. Uh, I'm not a fan about this move. I'm really not a fan because now he is super hard behind in workers, in income,
yeah,
and he's not even sure to hold this wave here.
he's not sure to hold this wave. The Hermit against Pyro does make sense with the mask, but he does add the Desert Pilgrim that will buy a lot of time and do a lot of damage.
Yeah,
Looking at Edgejox receiving the imps, the imps are already on the bounty hunters. The butcher is not tanking a single unit here. It is only the bounty hunter tanking, and so it will result into a massive leak here. The 2 imps
yeah,
will go through, and it's not better here on that side.
and wow, okay. So now we have the East team who are really behind,
But it's still a
really
leak on
behind.
Pyro here, but that's not the end of the world,
Yeah, but
especially when you
uh,
have king damage on the other side.
yes, yes. Actually, Pyro Penguin is here. Okay, I leak. I don't care about that. I have an advantage in Walker. I have an advantage in income, and I have now an advantage on king damage. So now I just need to do the right call in order to kill my opponent and
Yeah.
definitely win this game.
And that was a star from Esdras at 4 workers trying to hold this Zen and was not able to hold with a 5 worker or 4 worker 4 worker
It
build.
was four workers. That's the problem. That
Yeah,
he decided to stay on 4 worker, pressure his opponent with only 4 workers. It means that the opponent is not really pressured actually, and he's not able to hold the sand from his opponent. So now Yusk is really behind, really hard behind.
yeah, very hard situation for Esdras and Freud. They are like this is 3 workers advantage from Pyro compared to Jusk, and 1 worker from Shay. So that's 4 workers in total in advantage.
Yeah,
And the Centaur keep coming, and just that's just free push from Pyro and Shay because now Pyro has a Tantrum Mask.
yeah. So now I'm pretty confident to say that the West team can push really hard, continue to send on every
No, no,
wave.
no, no, no. You just push hard here. You force 8. They need to react with a kingpin. It will be a low stack kingpin if they decide so, but they might overbuild on wave 7 here to protect the kingpin, and so might not get it.
Yes, that oh,
Oh, the Pro
G,
League.
this leak is massive, massive.
Look at the worker difference here. That is just
Yeah.
not funny at all anymore here. 7 worker advantage in total for
So
Shane Pyro.
in my opinion, for Share and Pyro Penguin, the question is,
Oh yeah, Pyro
do
pushing.
we? Okay, so now the question is, do they send on wave 8, or they want to try to kill Troy and Yusk on wave 9 or 10?
No, no,
That's the question.
you kill on 8. You kill on 8 easily here. Yes, there's the canopy. Yes, there's the bounty hunters here, but there's no pierce damage apart from those. So this is looking very, very grim on wave 8 for Esjusk and Freud.
Yep.
They are going for some regen, but that's not going to be enough.
Yes, I agree with that. And even if they have a lot of value, I'm not sure it's enough. Particularly because Pyro Penguin is on 11 walkers,
Yeah.
and oh, Freud decided to push one walker.
Oh,
He
wait, to no
decided to push
send?
7
To
walker.
no
To
send?
no, yes, yes, he decided to push to no send. So now for sure, wave 8 is a good call, and the question is, do Pyro Penguin and Shea will do this call? That's the question.
I mean, they need to do it, right? It's just, yeah, they are going.
Yes. Yeah.
But that's only income. I'm quite surprised, but Cannoneer is quite strong against everything that is shown from Freud, so I kind of understand from that. And Drake? Wait, Drake?
Wait, Drake? Yes. I'm not a fan about this scent.
I mean,
I'm
what is
not a
he
fan at all.
expecting? He needs to expect a canopy here.
I
Uh,
think actually they expect them to have the kingpin, and
yeah.
they didn't read actually that they didn't shift actually.
Then they didn't
So
see exactly what the enemy built, right? They did see
yes,
the bounty hunter. They did see the canopy. There was no way to reach the kingpin here, and so they could have went for something more aggressive here, for sure.
yes, yes, definitely. Because if they paid attention, they know their opponent didn't shift, so they know they cannot have a kingpin on this wave. So yes, they have the possibility to kill them here.
And that's not looking pretty on that side on Ezrask.
Yeah,
That's going to be half the wave leaked here. There's only 2 Cs remaining, and that's
and
where we discussed the Drake not being efficient here, because it's magic damage like an Arcane's defense, and
yeah,
that
and yeah, if it was a full send and correct send here, it was game.
yeah, I think it's a little bit of a misplay here. Extending the game, it's not really what we
Yeah,
were looking for.
indeed. Because now actually
I mean, they're
it
close to
gives the
surviving here. Yeah, yeah, easily
yeah
surviving.
no yeah they survive. Yeah, they survive. They survive. So now you can Froy have the possibility to come back in the game. They just need to, I think, up the king.
Oh, the
Just
resend.
in comes Sen, up the
Yep.
king, and use their advantage on bounty hunter in order to just snowball to come back in the game
Yeah,
more precisely.
if they want to come back, they need to get the kingpin on 10 and go for
Yes,
overwork full push. The problem is that you
yes,
expose yourself on wave 11 if you do that.
yes. But the question is, do Shea and Pyro Penguin will go on wave 11 when they send on wave 9 and they are strong on wave 11.
Oh, yeah, true.
So actually you're here, okay, I'm strong on wave 11, I'm weak on wave 12. I will probably decide to go on wave 12 because if my opponent, if I send wave 11 and I don't kill my opponent, okay, I will probably die on wave 12.
Yeah, you don't need a lot to kill Esjusk and Froy in this game here. And the Mimic, not enough here. Probably only the Mimic leaking here on Shay.
I'm not, no, it's not even a leak.
The DPS of the Mimic is quite heavy, but the Priestess is fighting back and will indeed survive with the another heal.
Yeah.
And
So let's see. Do we have a send on wave 10?
They need to send. They need to send for income. Oh no, it's just misses the kingpin here. Needs to sell the split.
Wow. Oh, mm, I think Shea and Peru Penguin could have sent here. I
Yeah,
think.
definitely. Like they played very scared for some reasons on wave 8 to protect themselves for whatever reason. Skipping the kill. Wave 9 also sending for income to protect themselves, and now they are heavily pushing. They do have the worker to make something happen with Giant Snail or Overwork,
Yeah.
um, and I do think
And
that's the
look
correct play.
and look at this. Yask and Froy decided to push King.
Yeah,
And in my opinion, that's a good move because now they just want to survive and go in late game.
yeah, go in late game, but that's gonna be a rough ride if they want to go for later, right?
Well, yeah, but look at gold advantage. I mean, we have finally a gold advantage for the West team, for the East team. Sorry, and the question is, if Shea and Pyro Penguin goes on wave 12, do they kill them or not?
No, they don't go 12. They went allowance to allow themselves to go 13 here.
Yes, they decide to go probably 13. So yeah, definitely if there is no Major League on wave 11 and 12,
Yep.
probably that Shea and Pyro Penguin win this game.
And you see here, the 13 cent makes sense here for Pyro and Ashe because you do have a lot of magic damage, so you want to protect your 14 way, your way 14, of course.
Yeah,
And you know that your opponent is not the strongest with the kingpins on 13.
yeah, definitely. And because they saw also the giant snails, they know that they are not afraid on wave 12.
Yeah.
So now they can just full push in order to be sure to kill their opponent on wave 13.
Yeah, and that is a correct play. You have a lot of pierce damage coming onto Pyro. Yet it's not the strongest wave of Shay, to be honest. It doesn't have a lot of damage for wave 12.
Yeah,
I mean, if he leaks here, it's only beneficial for him.
yes, and anyways, even if they don't die, even if Fry and Yusuke don't die on wave 13, because they are only on 10 walkers and 9 walkers, while Shea and Power Penguin has 19 and 20 walkers, the difference is so huge that,
I mean,
anyways,
the net
you
difference is
cannot.
the workers that Pyro has right now. So
Yes, yes, the difference is too important in order to come back in this game, in my opinion.
yeah, I do expect Shay and Pyro to get away with this game. Unless he decides to fully push and fully sell his build, I don't see him losing. Uh, But let's see
Yeah.
here. Anything can happen if they save too long. It can happen, but they decide here to end it on wave 13 with the Shaman Imps from Pyro and the 4-Eye for Shay.
Look at this. We have a Pro League here from Shea.
A little bit bigger than I wanted to call it a Pro
That,
League.
is, that's a Pro League actually because you want more Mitchum to be really sure to kill Euroscan Fry here.
Yeah, what I mean is that you probably only want one Mantis to go through, not four.
Yeah, but everybody cannot be like us. What you want?
I mean, yeah. But yeah, alright, we got the ascent here completed from Shade before income with the Ogre and the Imps to complete also for Pyro.
Yeah. Now let's see. Let's see how it goes for the West team, the East team.
The
So yeah, we are sovereign.
yeah,
How do you pronounce
the
it
Sovereign
sovereign? Thing.
it does have a lot of impact damage with a high base attack speed, which can make a difference on that wave, but the front line is just non-existent here from Froy.
Yeah, I'm a bit afraid. Let's see.
I mean,
600.
the
600.
Shaman will help to burst down the Sovereign. We do have here 24. It's getting mana. It's not taking too much damage, so it still has a chance.
No, that's a massive leak here.
Yeah,
massively.
the kingpins are just melting to the attack speed of those golems. Now everything is attacking the sovereign, and it will not even reach the Exodia state, as we love to call it. And it is a leak here from Froy. It is a leak from Esjas. Does it?
Yeah,
Is it kill them? It is a 4-eye with a shaman onto the king, and it is Pyro and Shay that will advance for tomorrow's semifinal against
yeah,
NPS Boar. But be sure to stay there because the day is not complete. We have another semifinal that coming right after this game between Destroy Your Enemy and Schnazir.
yeah. So congratulations to Pyro Penguin and Shia for reaching the semi-final first point. Also, I think we can say that Yusk and Freud still did a great tournament and a great quarterfinal because it was not they were not the best team for this quarterfinal. I mean, definitely they were the outsiders here, and they still take one game from to share in Pyro Penguin, so that's still well played from them.
Yeah, we need to admit that Shay and Pyro were more convincing into their action. The decisions were more
Yeah,
were a little bit better overall. But I think the misplay was them not finishing on eighth. I don't know
yeah.
what they feared, honestly. Like your explanation with the kingpin did make sense. But I mean, when you build a canopy, do you really expect your opponent to go for a kingpin afterwards?
Indeed, indeed, effective. I think they could have won this game on wave 8, on wave 10, on wave 12. they,
Yeah,
they had a lot of options actually.
so a lot of people might find us picky, but it is crucial to know when to close out the game because the longer the game goes, the the higher the chance the enemy has to come back. Yes, it was pretty much over with the high push of Pyro of Shay, but when you're facing people in the top 10 or higher up in the Grandmaster division, you will encounter those situations, and they might be able to be in a position to come back.
Yes, yes, definitely. Okay, so as I said before, unfortunately, I won't be able to cast the semi-final with you. I'm sorry about that,
It's
but
no problem.
I'm pretty confident to say that the semi-final will be really interesting to watch. So keep going to watch the cast.
Yeah, and thank you for joining me for the cast. It was very fun to cast with you, and yeah, hope you have a nice evening. I think it is. Yeah.
Yes, thank you very much, and yes, it was definitely very fun to cast with you, and particularly this quarterfinal. It was really interesting. And anyways, have a nice evening, everybody, and good luck for the cast.
Yeah, thank you, and see ya. Let me message Vizier here. Uh, so message is sent to Vizier, and then we'll just message this. So we are a little bit later to the schedule, I do believe. Let's see. We started at. Oh yeah, it was supposed to be a bit later, I do believe. We started a bit early this one? No. One. It was missing 20 minutes. 15 minutes. So if the players are not ready, it's still fine. But we'll see what they decide to say. Let me check if they. Um. Okay, Vazir did create the game. We have Arikawa that is here for Schnazir. All right. So the substitute from Schnerd is Arikawa, a platinum player, which is a new player. So we don't know what to expect here. A little bit unfortunate, to say the least, that the player is not at the same level as Schnerd. But let's see. Maybe they can still make something work. Um, but yeah, I mean, if you're not here and you find a substitute, this kind of thing happens. But they knew that the final was this weekend since the beginning of LIHL. So might have been a little of a mispreparation from Schnerd on his side, or something that happened last minute. So yet again, let's not conclude anything here, and let's focus on changing the scoreboard for now. So it will be Schneider, the first seed. Uh, wait, Schneider, the first seed of their group against a destroyer enemy that advanced to the semifinal, uh, just due to the forfeit of due to the forfeit of we are late. And so now, what do we expect? Yojimbo and enemy has to be favored because they do not have to play with a substitute. Um, and Vazir needs to adapt. Now, he needs to adapt to a new teammate, but let's see um, if let's see if we can have a very decent game, or at least a little bit of a fight here. Like, they need to try to go for an attempt. If you're not used to play with someone, you need to either scale high, scale very much to carry him, or go for a kill early to prevent to reach the late game. So let's see about that. Um, uh, just telling the players that I'm solo casting. And so let me adjust the title. Seraphin is no longer here with us. But no matter, I will still be able uh, to provide you with as much information as you want. Uh, so um, so as we said, when you need to adjust to a new teammate in the tournament setup, you kind of want to end early or go late and be the carry yourself. Vazir and Arikawa are in a disadvantage due to that fact. Yojimbo and enemy might not be in their greatest form because they did advance through a forfeit, so did not have a warm up in this tournament. Maybe they've played game in between, but um, maybe they've played game in between, but it's not the same adrenaline from the tournament. So we're gonna see if there's mistake that has been done or not. Uh, and so yeah, it's all on Vazir and Arikawa to show us wrong and be the favorite here. Take a game out of destroy your enemy. The game should be starting soon. Okay, 2 minutes more, so I need to buy time for 2 minutes. So, Vazir is known as a very hardcore classic player. So he plays a lot of classic. He loves the game when he plays the classic here. Uh, Yojimbo, a new face in the top of the ladder, as well as enemy. So two new faces doing pretty well at the top for themselves, and we must say that they've shown a lot of promises in the ladder as well. So they have also the badge for senior master now. Uh, So they have a lot of progression and could be grandmaster material quite easily. So we're gonna see what they have in store for us. And so just to recap here, Diamond Division is just a name, and so it's all that it's just a substitute that allows you to have some progression or tournament experience before reaching that Grandmaster division. But you need to reach the final to have that ticket to the Grandmaster division. The others from the Grandmaster division are decided by highest peak rating, but then you have these Aviator, King Dans, Ashton of this world that's going to sign up as well. So it's just the League Annals League with some stakes here is to reach that Grandmaster division through tournament experience. So it's just to motivate the players to try and get up there, to try and face the highest level of play in the Grandmaster division without having maybe the best rating. Because sometimes you only need some great synergies before uh, you only need to have some good synergies and not necessarily in the rating that is shown. So, of course, since the game is knowledge based, the rating is often a good representation of how well you do in the game. But as we've seen in the Shadow Cup, it's not because you are the fifth seed or the eighth seed that you cannot do a comeback or a one game takeaway or a miracle run as well. If the rating is close enough, you can always make this happen. Uh, I mean, Green Dwarfs taking a game against #1 in the Shadow Cup and the quarterfinal was quite impressive by them. Uh, and also, Dream Team, the fifth seed, making it all the way up to the final was pretty surprising for them as well. So now we should have. Uh, all right, so everybody is ready. I'm ready as well. So now both teams are ready. The casters are ready. The match is set. The table is set. We have the first semifinal coming up, and it is Schnezir against Destroy Your Enemy. We'll adjust the scoreboard well in game. Uh, and the game is about to start here. The loading screen is here, and let's go. Uh, Vezir and Arikawa against Yojimbo and Enemy. Who will take it? Will it be 2-0? Will it be 2-1? It is all decided here uh, with those matches of the semifinal of the League and House League Diamond Division. So let me just adjust the scoreboard. We'll discuss right away about the Legion spells as fast as we can. We have Schnezir taking all greed, Yojimbo taking redraw, and enemy going greed as well. So while the players are deciding about their roles, we do have to say that the Legion spells are Guardian Angel, Press the Attack, and Creditor. So a economic spell in Creditor that allows you to generate gold through the gold you spare in your pocket. So you can gain up to 85 gold by shifting 170 gold. And then you have Press the Attack and aggressive spells to prevent potentially the creditor. But you have Guardian Angel, which has a lot of value with mana units, like summoners. So we have on Arikawa, the Sky Queen opener, straightforward one. We also have Vazir going for a 2-worker start here, or maybe 3. It might be a 3-worker start to have the LD on wave 2. Uh, and Yojimbo going for Bounty Hunter, and Enemy is going for the Nightmare. So let's see here. I'm not sure why he doesn't push the worker. With 3-worker, you can easily get the LOD. He's pushing to 4-worker, so it's going to be a 4-worker LOD, potentially 5. He does receive on wave 1, only enemy not receiving here. He is receiving from Arikawa, and looks like Arikawa does not really want to scale here. So here we're gonna see the Grawl. The Grawl is not going to push any workers, so that's not a 5 worker Grawl. I mean, the 5 worker Grawl is quite safe here. You get the LOD quite easily. Uh, he probably wants to hold the Snell, but he can still push to 5 worker if he does that. There's nothing preventing him. So let's see how it goes. It's kind of a bit of a safe start here from Vizier. Instead of pushing the 5th worker. Oh, he's even hitting the 2nd Pee-wee? Okay, quite interesting here because now we do have a 2nd king up here coming up from Vizier and not pushing the 5th worker. Seems like a missed opportunity, and we do have here the tier 1 addition on wave 2 from Marikawa, showing the inexperience he has with Sky Queen. You don't need that tier 1 on wave 2 for Sky Queen, especially if you receive Ascent on wave 1. But let's see, it does show that he has a Pee-wee, and it will show that he has a veteran on this wave with this unit being buffed. Come on. Making me lie! He's pushed the 5th worker so late here. So a lot of reflection, and Vizier going for the LOD as predicted, and only a Snell on Vizier and Arikawa, while enemy receiving a Lizard. So that should be a hold here from enemy. But let's see, the Nightmare. Oh no, the Nightmare reaching for the Lizard. That's going to be a hold just because of that fact. So that is a nice hold for enemy, able to push some workers. It's gonna push to 7. Yes, he does push to 7 workers. Arikawa does push to 6 worker after receiving that send, but they're staying at 5, realizing that he's not out of trouble here on this wave. 75 gold, probably going for the ranger here to attack the wave. Going for more peewees. Alright, that's another option. So, I mean, he's shifting 54 gold. Not sure why he's not pushing. Probably waiting for a Grawl in case he doesn't receive a send, but now the push is coming up, so he's going 6 worker, probably simply 7. We do have no sends onto Arikawa, but Yojimbo does receive another income send here, a DT to be more precise. He is sending onto the Kingpin player, so going for more income than not is still a good decision. And the Drake just arrived in time, so it will be a hold from Vizier and not going for 7 workers, while enemy is at 7 and Arikawa pushing 7 workers to no send. That's quite a bold move. He does not show any good frontline here. With the push, he doesn't get the Munman. And that's massive. Not getting the Munman here is quite a huge difference between holding and not holding. So that is not looking promising for Marikowa. Yes, it is only 3 snails going his way, but the overgreed here might bite him back. So he's probably going for another Pee-wee here and the boost on the infiltrator, or is he just shifting? Is he just not expecting the send here? Not expecting the send here on wave 5 will result into him leaking, and that will not be a small leak. The RPs are distracted by the snails. They are not attacking the Scorpion King. They are far from attacking the Scorpion, and Scorpion King is full HP. That is a massive leak on Arikawa. And that is a huge advantage taken from Yojimbo and enemy. 86% leak, but the leak is coming from enemy as well. And do we have a leak as well on Yojimbo? That is a question. The bounty hunter will take a lot of damage before dying. The snail is still alive. The impact damage that he needs, but the bounty hunter is still staying strong. And now the snail is getting attacked, and it will be a hold from the bounty hunter. So some stacks in the middle, but this will not be covered. And what about the LOD here from Vizier? Will hold the middle for Arikawa. But huge leak here, not going for the Munman is a huge, huge mistake from Arikawa. So chain damage is still something to look after. Arikawa and Vizier does take an advantage in king HP, but Arikawa needs to recover from this massive leak. He does receive another send here. Let's see how he reacts. He did not push a single worker here. He does have 185 gold to do something here. Probably setting one of the PvEs for a Berserker should be his better play. Or still a PvE for the Orchid could be another one. Going for the Mudman instead, preparing for wave 7. So this is still looking pretty good for him. Vezir going for income as much as he can, going for the Starharder. Knows that he needs to carry here. He knows that he needs to have the best combination of units. And Starharder LOD is a very good start. Looking at Yojimbo, he does have the Yuzora coming out, protecting him here on this wave. We have the Steeds as well buffing the bounty hunters, and so it might be still good. But that's a 160 onto Vizier, and his only DTs. It is reaching the LOD as well. There's no Drakes coming up right now. The Disciple is massive here to buy more time for the LOD, and the aggro is just enough for him to hold, and we do have Vizier being able to hold the 160 sand here and push a lot of workers, if not all of his gold into workers here. 680 value is very close to what you need for wave 7 already, and he did push to 9 workers, but enemy 10 workers already, not leaking a single wave, and having lifesteal with Nightmare. That is a huge advantage, and will wave 8 be the focus here? So enemy at 10 workers, Vizier playing a little bit overvalued here, 192 gold, and he's only a little bit under. He's going to be overvalued here, going for another summoner, Growl, no, not the Growl, the Gate Guard, and a veteran here in the split. Veteran from Irikawa, the income sent from enemy, and Vizier going for income as well. Trying to scale, we have Irikawa saving and Yojimbo saving as well. So now looking at what Vizier has, we need to look at something like wave 9. Doesn't have a real front line to speak of, so let's see how Vizier reacts. Does he go for the Growl, to go for the King Claw, and was just the and the Gate was just a bait here. So let's see here what will be the play. I mean the Kingpin is to come next wave from Yojimbo. He will have enough gold here, I do believe. If he does not, he will go for income, but I do think that wave 9 is the target here, so he must have calculated exactly, yes, exactly enough gold for the Kingpin here. A little bit extra, 10 extra, but still, that is just perfect, prevents him from having to push, from having to send, and he's way above value. He does have a 150 stack Kingpin on wave 8, that is massive for him, and wave 9 becomes a real issue for both Vizier and Arikawa. So the bounty hunter here is max stack, the angler that is, and so he will potentially upgrade it next wave and push the rest. But at 57 income, it's a very low income game considering the amount of workers. But Yojimbo with the large value advantage due to the kingpins. We do have income sense from Vizier and enemy. What was the build here? Another veteran for Vizier was the play here and the call. Not sure I agree with that one, but does buy more time in the split. We're gonna have the Sky Queen's gonna be struggling a little bit here on this wave, but Arikawa probably going for another Mudman, going for something like another Infiltrator, boost the 2 Infiltrators, and then spam some tier 1s. We do have 3 Brutes coming from Arikawa onto the Butcher. Imps would have been way better here against the Edge Chef. You need to realize that Edge Chef on wave 9 is quite a powerhouse. And so Brutes can still do pretty well, but Imps just kills it a lot faster. And we do have the Golem here. Didn't expect him to have enough gold here. But the Golem hardened on this wave against the Mole and the Brute might be trouble still. We do have only income onto Vizier here. The Harbinger and another Gate Guard is coming. And this is an easy hold from Vizier. Arikawa is still having the Golem tanking. Is now dying The wave is still way healthier than we wanted, and the Sky Queen will be leaking here, despite a hardened golem and being close to value, 135 under only, with 65% leak. We have the Kingpin holding, we do have the Head Chef holding, massive advantage on Yojimbo and enemy after this long save from Arikawa. Alright, so we do have here the almost hold in the middle for Vizier, but the worker advantage is definitely at the side of Yojimbo and enemy. Vizier not able to push as much because he does not have the right units already for wave 10, so he needs to go for the Star Cutter or for some Rangers. He's going to go for some of those Rangers here. Oh, not even the Rangers? Okay. So he's betting on the fact that the enemy does not send on wave 10 to prevent Vazir and Arikawa to go for Creditor, but I do believe that Creditor could be a good play for Vazir and Arikawa to try and come back into this game, but quite risky with press the attack on the board. So wave 12 seems to be the point of attention here for Yojimbo and enemy because Vazir not looking the strongest on 12, and also by doing that you protect your wave 13 with your kingpins. Alright, so here the holds are coming. Vazir is holding as well with his build. He is strong on 11, but very lackluster on next wave. But we do have here a massive potential on Arikawa to hold wave 12. He does go for press the attack. A Guardian Angel on Yojimbo, Guardian Angel on Vazir, a Guardian Angel on enemy as well. So we do have the Guardian Angel on the King Claw to have the reset on the spell when it comes back. We do. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh. Okay, so this is 60 gold that you will never see again. We have the Orchid, we have the Veterans boosted, and yes, he is massively under, but that's partly due to the fact that there is a press the attack as a spell here. When there's an aggressive spells, you have those score inflation, and also when you have an Orchid, a Golem, and Harpies, it's very rare that you see a send onto you unless it's for income. But remember, you took Prezi attack. If you leak here, it is still a very good thing for you because you can send more Meteor. And looking at your value, you know that you hold a no send easily with 1500 value, and that has to be a heartbreaker. Alright, so what we have here, we have Yojimbo going for Ogre and Brute. We have also Pack Leader Imps, and only mostly income from Arikawa and Vazir due to the pressure from Yojimbo and enemy. We do have the veteran boost here. Oh, it will die. It will die due to the split here going onto the veteran. So not using the maximum amount of boost here. The Sky Queens are doing work on wave 12. The Ogre is ignored, but he built for wave 13 here, not predicting the wave 12 send coming up due to these RPs. And the boar, surprise boar here from Arikawa. But Vazir leaking as well, 50%, realizing the enemy and Yonjibo realizing that Vazir did not have much damage for this wave. And I request minus 520. We need to express that with this kind of value, holding that well wasn't that bad, honestly, but he's falling more and more behind. The early send's not working on his way. The failed prediction on the sand on 5 was a lot of pain for him. And they do survive, but this is a massive disadvantage they have now. They are facing a 20 and 22 worker, 23 on enemy, 24, even pushing 25. Hey, and that's okay. He's not stopping. Just tell me when you're done, enemy. Do you stop pushing now? Alright, 28 workers to try and finish on wave 14. Protect the wave 15 of the Nightmare. Protect the wave 15 of the Kingpin as well. Is the correct move. Close out the game. You have the lead. You don't need a massive leak. And so use those workers to put a pressure. So no sense here. The boost already came. And the Harden as well. Oh no. Arikawa is just crumbling under pressure here. Not wasting, but utilizing gold that we will never see, just not predicting correctly the sends or the resends. So I think he was predicting 13 all along, and so he just played all around it and just forgot maybe that he got sent on wave 12. And they are not sending on 14. They are not sending on 14. They are expecting themselves to hold, but they will be massively under minus 300 on Arikawa and minus 200 on Vizier. Alright, so the sands are coming from Yojimbo and enemy. We have Brutes and Mole here. That that is a lot of veterans. I mean, they are good defense here, but if you go for fortified tanks, it can do a better job. How much is that? That is 90, 99, 270. That's a boar. And a boar could have been way more tank value than those veterans. But let's see how he does. We do have Vizier wanting to send on 15, but it's all about Vizier holding because I do not see Arikawa holding here uh, for sure. Yeah, the wave is already on the Harpy going down. The LODs is targeted. It's not sufficient to summon another Drake. We have the Starcaller doing work, but not enough. And this will be game one, going on to destroy your enemy. We must say the inexperience of Arikawa was expressed into this game, and let's see if they change their strategy here. They tried to go for the scaling, let Vizier scale as much as he could, but was just not enough. And so let's see if there's a change of strategy to try and get the games off Destroy Your Enemy. Try for something special. You see from this game that you are in a disadvantage in terms of shot calling because you're not experienced with playing with a player, and just you need to gamble something. You need to try something out. So turning point here, the push to no send here um, from Arikawa was very risky, especially when it did not receive a send. What is the send here? 20, 40 cent push to 6 worker. Yes, technically you're strong, but you're not getting your front line. And that's the problem. When you're playing Harpy, you need that front line. And when you have no good front line for that specific wave, that's where you suffer the most. And so that's why that not going for the Mudman here was a very crucial misplay. And not because he decided to push that worker, just because he decided to push that worker and not get any frontline for his Harpies. So yes, potentially if he did not receive a sand here, he might hold, but without the Mudman, it's very risky and potentially leak to no sand as well. So it's all about the assessment of, okay, I can push that worker because I get the Mudman, but he just barely, he was 31 gold away. So you need to cut your losses, accept the fact that you need that Mudman, and then push afterwards. Like, you don't have to harden that Mudman. You're gonna leak like 20%, but at least you push off of that hold way more than you did. You did no push at all. So that's the problem. So that was the biggest problem here, which put Arikawa very far behind in this game. So that's why it is important to pair your Sky Queens with some frontline. So game one, going on to destroy your enemy. Gonna adjust the scoreboard for you guys while we up in the second game. Can Schnezir come back with the substitute here? Arikawa, they need to change their strategy. They cannot go standard. Uh, from what we've seen, they cannot go standard. But let's see what will be the play. It is a best of three, so it is game point for destroy your enemy. But Schnezir are not out of it yet. They still need to get through this game first, and there is still a chance. They just need to change the strategy a little bit. Is it play safer or is it play more aggressively? Do you try for a long save? Do you try and scale up even more than you did here, or do you try and punish mistakes a little bit more? So let's see what will be the play here from Bazir and Arikawa. They need to change something up to get a game off Destroy Your Enemy that are now the favored to advance to the final. The first finalist could be the Destroy Your Enemy. But first, let's see how this game goes. Let's see what are the decisions. And before that, we have greed on everybody, and your Jimbo is going for greed as well. So while the players are choosing their role, we're gonna go for punch the Legion spells. We have punch up, investment, and villain. So this is a very defensive Legion spell choice. No aggressive choices, so 11 and 12 are probably out of the question. Um, but let's see. Villain, very high value into certain builds, especially with a Nightmare. But there is no lifesteal on the Nightmare. Still, very strong unit. Um, and so we'll see how Arikawa decide to play that. We have Enemy going for the Nekomata start. He does have Butcher plus Avenger. One very good combo if you are ahead. And now the question is, can Vazir and Arikawa prevent to reach that point where the Sovereign is problematic with lifesteal? Yojimbo does have the boar with APS Zeus. Um, does come online quite fast due to the power of the Great Boar currently, but there are still some weakness in the late game. But now we've just discussed, enemy has the late game covered easily with the Butcher and Sovereign if he is ahead. Yojimbo does struggle in the late game into certain waves because his DPS is very low cost, but he has the front line in the boar, but he has his teammate for late game. So good coverage on enemy and Yojimbo, while Vazir and Arikawa will try to make it work. We do have the Sky Queen coming up from Arikawa. Did we roll away from the Nightmare here and the Sea Serpent? And Vazir going for the slow hold here. Uh, that is a 5 worker warg. Not really a fan of how he plays a gargoyle, to be honest. But let's see how well it does. It is very slow, so they decide to try and make Vizier very aggressive in this game. Enemy did not receive on wave 1, does have the cat. Okay, so it does work with this positioning as well. And it is sadly not a third Snell here from Vizier. The wait just a bit too fast. Maybe building too far in front, maybe. And we do have the even split going on for... Okay, no, wait, is it? No, okay, so he's going for the polywog and then bring up the gargoyle a little bit here. Does not receive anything here, but has a good setup for wave 3. He is vulnerable on wave 4 though, so let's see how the teams decide to play. But first, let's see how the 40 cents are going here for Vazir and Arikawa onto Enemy and Yojimbo. The two snails not enough to clear the Nekomata with the Golden Buckler, but the Lizard, on the other hand, enough to leak the Zeus here that did not have any tier 1s. Alright, so we do have Yojimbo leaking a little bit, but this is more time. More time for whom? More time for them. They did not send on wave 2. They are going for double snails. They are trying to scale. They know they have the better role with what they see right now. And so they know that Vizier and Arikawa needs to make something happen in the early game. So we do have the Zeus should be an indication to Vizier and Arikawa that the boar is a possibility. They cannot know for sure about the Holy Avenger yet. There's no butcher, there's nothing at all to have any indication about it. Alright, 60 cents are coming on Vizier and Arikawa. This is brutal. This is very, very brutal here. The Polywog's not up in front for the Sky Queen, and the Sky Queen will leak massively here for Arikawa. 58% here. But Vizier holding strong here on this wave with the 40 cent, 60 cent. Does have the Green Devil, does help quite a lot. But we must say that the Sky Queen knowledge here from Arikawa does falter a little bit. But if he just brings everything up, if he decides to realize that the waves are super slow and then stay 4 workers, it can still be a very good play. On this defense, he cannot know that the Yojimbo state would decide to go 5 worker despite the no send on wave 1. So this extended wave was not predicted here. But that's why you need to check. The Sky Queen cannot push 5 worker before wave 2. You need to check. Is the wave long? Yes. Okay. Can I receive a 60? Yes. Okay. Can I counter that? No. Okay. So I need to stay on low workers. Sky Queen, I need something up front here as much as possible. If I stay 4 worker, I get the Devilfish. Covers almost everything and covers on 4 as well. So those details are what you need to answer. You need to answer your questions to have better preparation. But Vezir sending an 80 send onto enemy, Fiend plus nil, but the Fiend is on the Nekomata, and the Nekomata with full stacks will be able to cover half the wave quite easily with the Fiend as well. We do have the Golden Buckler just adding more time for the cat to kill the Fiend and have the wave. Perfect equal split here we have. Also the DT Snell recent, the Zeus is able to hold, Vezir is able to hold as well, but the worker advantage is still on enemy and Yojimbo. So enemy at 9 workers even. So feeling confident on wave 5 with a full cat can backfire if there's a resend. There is no resend though, so it might still be fine. He will struggle next wave though. Does he have a clear answer? No, he does not. So possibly going for some Seraphins. And no sense also on Yojimbo with the Zeus and the Consort will be able to hold also on wave 6. Wave 7 starting to look like a possibility to be honest for Vazir and Arikawa. But they need to survive wave 6, which is not the strongest of both players to be honest. So Vezir and Arikawa deciding to save. They realize that they are not in the driver's seat here, but they need to try and make something happen. We do have the decoder coming from Vizier. This will only be income sends. We do have the Royal Guard from Arikawa. And so, yeah, since it is not on top of lane, the Sky Queen has reduced attack speed. It does split towards the Sky Queen as well. So this means, okay, so it does not yet do it. But there is a chance of the wave to go back onto the Sky Queen before reaching the other side of the wave. So let's see how the quarter is doing here on Vizier. We do have the quarter doing a lot of damage and the Green Devil just buying enough time. And so this is a hold from Vizier. And what about Arikawa? Arikawa does hold as well. And he's able to hold. And do they decide to send here on wave 7? No, they are not. They are going to long save here. They are deciding that wave 7 is not the correct send. And so let's see here on the opposing side what they are building. They are building another cat with Butcher. That is very good for covering 7 and 8. We do have the veterans coming out to protect the Zeus as much as possible. And so the more you look at it, the more it looks like a wave 9 long save from Vazir and Erikawa. But they need to survive up that point. We do have Vazir with a strong composition to do that. The color very a lot of damage here. The Green Devil not tanking much, though that might be an issue that bite him back later on. But now with the Wanderer dying, the redistribution of aggro does favor the Green Devil here, taking some damage. On the other side, we have the Sky Queen doing a very good job. The Devilfish not able to be late, uh, but the Sky Queen will take a little bit too much damage here on wave 7 from those blobs and a small leak only coming their way. The quarter will easily cover that. Vezir going to 13 workers. They are trying for something big here, but they do need to look towards wave 7, it looks like. No, they are going here on wave 8, but the Ogre he's betting on the full stack on the cat here. So let's see how enemy decides to play that. Does he go for more stack on the cat or does he go for pilgrims here? He does go for pilgrims, but he will invest the rest into cat stacks and a buckler. So he has two 7 stack cats that are pretty weak to destroy the ogre. The only thing that can destroy the ogre is the lost chieftain, which is not ideal. We do have Mole and Snell not Snell, Fiend coming onto Yojimbo, but only income from enemy and Yojimbo. So let's see here. The Zeus are destroying this mole. The mole are well, the mole is dead, and so it's all about the front line. Is the front line strong enough to survive and give time for the Zeus? There is the APS already done, so this is a little bit more magic damage to think about when you're looking at the Zeus. But it will still result into a leak. Arikawa does leak here to the income sand, while we have on the side of enemy a leak as well as on Yojimbo, but this is not a big leak considering the long save from Vazir and Arikawa. We do have a cover though from Vazir in the middle, does have the worker lead, but the value, look at the value, 770 value from Vazir. Uh, against enemy and Yojimbo both at 1k value. So Arukawa yet again falling out of this game. They are trying to go for a long save, but I do think it's a little bit of a misstep here to go on wave 8, considering all the arcane defense that was built. But let's see, the net gold advantage on the board is currently sitting on enemy and Yojimbo. But let's see here. Most of the difference here that we see is towards worker. 100 gold difference, so it's 2.3k on the board for Vazir and Narikawa, while there is 2.4 on enemy and Yojimbo. What is the next send? We do have the quarters from Vizier. We do have the Wargs. We do have the Sky Queens on Arikawa. Enemy does have a lot of magic damage. And we do have a lot of Zeus from Yojimbo. Does Wave 10 come in from Vizier and Arikawa? Or will they decide to long save to Wave 12? We do have the income send from enemy and Yojimbo. Despite seeing their quarter, and Vazir and Erikoa are going indeed for the long save. They see now, they will see the Holy Avenger, just newly built that wave. We do also see the Boar, and now they need to realize we need to try something on wave 12. It is the only window of opportunity. There is punch up, there is investment, there is villain. So very small window of opportunity to go for a full push on 11 to finish on wave 12. They are deciding to go for the king ups, but only on Vazir do we see in full on out sand. Um, and that is 3 brutes. And on Arikawa, we have a Drake and a Lizard, meaning that the boss is exposed, but the value is just not there. The value is just not there, and we'll see a leak on the Sky Queen player on the boss, or will he? Maybe a small leak, maybe only the Drake. Yeah, the Drake is leaking, but Vizier leaking half the boss. It's not ideal, but that is an all-in play now. They need to make the correct call here. You need to have someone full pushing while the other tries to hold as best he can wave 12. We have Arikawa pushing. We have Viziers not pushing at all here. Not pushing a worker. Do they realize it's 12? Do they realize it's 12? That is the game changer now. They know there's a pawn shop that will be taken. They know there is an LOD somewhere. No, there's not. There's only pilgrims. Pawn shop from Vizier. Villain on enemy. And we are still waiting on Arikawa and Yojimbo to make their choice. So we have villain on Yojimbo on the Zeus. We have Holy Avenger with the villain. We have Punch Up as well on Narikawa. We have a one worker push from Vizier here, realizing that they need to make something happen. Then the long save continues. They will see the villain, so they know there's no extra gold on the board for the enemy team here. Only the value from the villain, which can be very good on Zeus, to be honest, because on Swift Wave, the villain does make a lot of work. We do have the Centaur here, so the 12 cent is the play. We do have auras here. Maybe they predict the Pyros? Maybe they predict the Pyros. That could be something. So going income in consideration that there might be a Pyro coming up. And we do have enemy and Yojimbo not going for a defensive send here. They are saving. They are feeling confident with the boards here. There are 3 boards, so there might be enough, to be honest, to buy enough time for the Villain Zeus to do its work. And Vizier does go for a Centaur plus Imps, which might be some problem because this Lioness is, well, it's only one stack Lioness though. Yeah, but oh, I mean, it has life still. A lot of hidden value within that Lioness. So let's see here, 440 on both players. Let's see if this is able to turn around the game. Um, so they need to finish here, or they will be in trouble with the Sovereign being that strong. They might try for wave 15 next. That might be another possibility. But the fact that enemy and Nojimbo did not send here does fare well for you if you are not able to get a massive leak or any leak to speak of. So we do have a shutdown on enemy due to the send of Vizier, but it is far from enough. The villain Zeus with boars was enough to fend off. They decide to go for wave 12 here against the Sky Queen. This is a very decent choice. And we do have also the violets, but mostly pierce damage with the bunk as well as damage as the tank, sorry. This is not looking good for Schnezir here. Arikawa not even sending for income here. Possibly setting only for some king ups. I mean, Vizier is not far off value. We have to give him that. The problem is that where is the damage coming from? It is the violet. The violets are dying pretty fast on wave 13. So we're gonna see. These sends are quite massive though on Arikawa. The a siege ramp, if it's getting attacked by those harpy, can buy a lot of time and prevent the units to scale up and reduce the damage from the wave. That is for certain. Looking on the side of Vizier, pretty much all of his work is reduced to dust here. The violets are doing a lot of work, but just not enough. Arikawa leaking. and we do have Vizier leaking as well. But on the other side, we did not have any king ups. We only had income send from Vizier. So we do have 5 golems going onto the king with a mole and 2 lizards. This is not game, but the game will probably end on wave 15 due to the high push of enemy and your jumbo. So it will go down to 30%, a little bit lower than 30%, 28, 27%. And now Vizier Narikawa needs to realize that the wave that is about to come is wave 15. So they need to fully prepare for wave 15 if they want to have a chance. But the Mithium is just rising up so fast on enemy and your jumbo. Does have the boar here to protect wave 14. We'll see 2 Lost Chieftains to cover wave 15. On 15, yeah, but on 15 the problem is that you have the Zeus here. The Zeus NPS is just so much magic damage, hidden magic damage, that you might get surprised by that. And with the Pilgrims, yeah, they just don't have a choice here. So we do have your Jimbo going for somewhat of an income send, which is surprising. Wait, oh, he punch up, yeah. Vizier, since he has punch up one of the violets. That's a little bit of a loss of gold here. And Narikawa leaking to Nos, and that is not promising for next wave. Alright, so Arikawa going for the Kraken here on wave 15 onto a Zeus with Villain. I mean, Zeus are magic damage most of the time, but with Villain should be interesting to see how well it does. Vizier, for him, does decide to go for the 4-eye, Snail, and also the Cannoneer. It is looking like it will be a hold from enemy and Yojimbo on this wave. But Vizier and Arikawa are far from over here. We do have the sellback and the buyback of the Violet here. But let's see how it deals with the boss here. Do have looking at the values, close to value on Vizier, very far under on Arikawa. We do have also 390 on league on enemy and 240 undervalue for Yojimbo. Uh, Here, Vizier not doing a bad job, but when you see Arikawa just leaking to descent 81%, that's not very good. But we do have a hold on Yojimbo, we do have a hold on enemy, and Vizier is leaking here, and so this is a quick 2-0 for enemy and Yojimbo, taking the first ticket to the final and to the League Inalis League Grandmaster Division. Uh, and they will wait for tomorrow on Bonnie's stream for the final, awaiting the result of the second semifinal between MPS Boar and Grave Girls that will happen yet again at 6 p.m. CEST on Bonnie's stream. But on that, let's say great job on Enemy and Yojimbo to close out these games and make it 2-0 for them in the semifinal. We must say that even though it was a rough entry for Arikawa, I do hope that looking back at this game, he could learn a thing or two here, for sure. We try, yes, we try to be emotional to bring the excitement on the audience, but we try also to bring what is the correct play and what you could have looked for, at least. And so don't take it too personally if we have been maybe a bit too harsh. It is sometimes the emotion and the moment that you're like, oh no, what's going on? You don't understand, so you get a little bit caught up in the emotion. But we always try to step back and say, well, if you do that, that's a little bit better because you can then push off of that and things like that. Most of the play worked around the Sky Queen. Knowing what to build as a front line was the biggest mistake from Marikawa. But We must say that the push wasn't that bad, honestly. It's just not knowing the build well enough. But for someone who played only for 6 days, just replacing Schnurd and trying to face up against enemy and Yojimbo, we have to praise him a little bit about the bravery and also the capacity to push on the early game. Um, we just need to see some adjustment on the build, and he will do a lot better already. So on that, I'm gonna say thank you guys for watching. Don't forget tomorrow on Bonnie's stream, the second day of the final weekend of the League Analysis League Diamond Division, the second semifinal between Grape Girls and MPS Board to know who will face off against Destroy Your Enemy in the final. So be sure to be there. Bonnie will be co-casting with Adamus, one of the top players. Bonnie is a top player as well. And Be sure to be there. A lot of excitement, a lot of possibilities, and let's see if it will be or uh, Grape Girls or MPS board that will lock in a ticket to possibly enter the Grandmaster division after the semifinal. So on that, thank you for watching, guys. This will be on YouTube, and on that, I'm gonna say peace out. Have fun, guys.